Mother, man.
Spreading faster than a case of the clap in a trailer court. Able to shatter eardrums within a 666-mile radius. A podcast more brutal than all the rest. It's Murder Metal Mayhem! All right, wow, the giggling away here.
Fuck yeah, dude.
Giggle. Tuesday, and we're doing a new Murder Metal Mayhem, it sounds like. And we're here at Horns High Studios for the Horns High Podcast Network, episode 224, going down tonight. Should be a good one. I'm here in Horns High with Chris and Joey. You're over there in Toledo in the 419. How you doing over there?
Not bad.
Very good. All recovered from your busy trip to Chicago?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anxious to talk.
I talked Tampa last week. This week I'll talk Chicago.
There you go. Yeah, I'm anxious to hear about it. Now, what shirts we got on, Chris? What are you wearing over there?
Got on fucking my old ass fucking Whitechapel shirt that I've had forever. Fucking
does look well worn, but it's a cool shirt.
I mean, it's missing the sleeves and shit. It's fucking old.
Hey, it's getting hot out. That's for sure.
Oh yeah.
Very cool, Joey. What are you wearing over there?
I got the Cunt Torch shirt.
Fuck yeah, you do.
Nice.
R.I.P. to Ryan. Now,
nice.
I told Pete before we started that most of this week I was studying for the wrong topic because I don't know why. I'm 3 weeks off with this, but for some reason I thought we were doing Ariel Castro this week and starting our dead. And it's not even. So I watched all this shit. So there's going to be a few references tonight that came from that. So I'm wearing the Cunt Torch shirt because I was trying to rep it because I thought we were doing the Castro
Cleveland,
shirt.
Right.
Yeah. But anyway, so it'll be funny. A couple other ones will pop up. I'll point them out. But yeah, Cunt Torch is never a bad time to wear it. So.
No, there really isn't. Bonesaw's mom's favorite band.
Yeah, right.
I love that.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
And I'm throwing down with some Blood Red Throne tonight and doing that in the metal segment and wearing the shirt. And so I might as well, it's a thing to do. So that's what I'm doing. And last week, guys, we did a very iconic case, one of those, legendary types in the Murdering Moms of May.
Right.
With old Lizzie Borden, man. That was a good one.
She wasn't actually a mom, but still.
She killed her stepmom, so that's how she qualified for it. So we had Shane Borchuk, always fun to have Shane on with us. And that was, I think, the first one we did with Shane that was not a Canadian case. So
I'm pretty sure you're correct. Pretty sure everyone Shane's been on has been Canadian.
Yeah, and we love having him on anyway. So that's awesome. Poutine it up with Shane, and we definitely got into some hatchet murdering and a lot of bloodshed in 1892 in Falls River, Massachusetts. So, and then Joey, you had the horns, and I really loved the topic you chose only because it prompted me to go on a binge, which I'll get to when we get into metal. But what did you do?
Oh, yeah. I talked about James Murphy, who is an iconic American death metal guitarist. He was in Death, he was in Cancer, he was in Deterioration, Disincarnate. Just all around really good dude. Won a battle with cancer and continues to work with musicians today.
Did they go to court or something? James Murphy and cancer? Never mind.
Oh God, that's funny.
I mean, it is funny.
It is ironic, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's ironic. Then also the Chuck Schuldiner does Death.
Right.
He dies. And it's like, well, you did a band called Death, so you might have been, asking for it.
Yeah, right. Pushing Death on the chest and go, come on, motherfucker.
Right. Yeah.
So we had a great killer cage match, Mayhem from Joey's Tampa trip, the usual craziness you come to expect, and we were passing 900 to that one today. Closing in on 1,000 already, so thanks. You guys digging some Lizzie Borden.
Hell yeah.
And Shane and James Murphy, of course, episode 223. So go check it out. And tonight, though, we're keeping the Murdering Moms of May going little grandma killer, Chris.
Yeah, she was pretty old when she got in there, old Nannie Doss, the fucking Giggling Granny.
Yeah, the Giggling Granny. Love that nickname. She had quite a few. And the reason why she was the Giggling Granny, I love this, because she could not talk about killing her ex-husbands without laughing. I mean, what the fuck? Wow. That's crazy. So it's a fucked up tale. We're going to talk about dead children, grandchildren, a mother-in-law, some husbands.
Some husbands.
Yeah.
Like plural.
Plural, for sure. And the Murdering Moms of May ending with a bang with old Nannie Doss. She had a 33-year run, and we're going to get into this one tonight. It's fucking brutal. It really is. Now, I got the horns tonight, and as I mentioned, doing the feature on Blood Red Throne, which is going to be fun. Definitely been listening to them a lot here recently. I know, Chris, you have been too. And, we're going to play a 4-minute clip of the interview that I did recently with their bassist, Stian Gunderson. And, Joey, you got a Lost Classic for us this week, you said?
I do.
Hell yeah.
Tie it in with the whole Ohio theme.
Right. It's okay. It's always brutal. And we'll talk about the show you did this weekend in Chicago. So definitely got a lot to talk about in our metal segment.
That, and like last week, I also got a fucking a sidetracked Mayhem story from it too.
Oh, nice.
This one's pretty goddamn hilarious. I can't wait to fucking tell this.
Oh, good.
All right, I can't wait.
I'll bring it all up, but there's a couple friends back home, Bonesaw and Chris's brother Michael, that if I had my way, I would have all three of us to tell the tale.
Oh, nice.
Because some of it's going to be left out purposefully, and you guys are going to have to find them to find that out. But
Okay.
All right.
just foreshadowing.
That's going to be good. And it's also going to be good when we're throwing down a brand new killer cage match for you guys. 75 killers is now 100. They've been upped. 75 objects, also 100 of them for them to fight with. So we got a lot of new people in the mix here.
Yeah.
And it's been fun because the guys have been picking the high numbers, so we're getting some of the new ones.
Newer people.
Yeah, and it's a blast because we got listeners providing those random numbers. So, Chris, who do we want to say thank you to?
We have the one and only Miss C.K. Laura Kovacs. What's
Yeah.
up?
Fuck yeah.
We have Colin Rogers. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
And we got 419 Peggy Sue. What is going on?
Oh, yeah. Nice to see the familiar faces in there. Colin, man, I know we know each other from a different world, but I'm glad to see that you're involved and you're digging on some Murder Metal Mayhem. We got a brutal beatdown tonight, though, Joey. Who do we got fighting? This is going to be wicked.
Tonight we're going to go with David Berkowitz out of New York, 44 caliber killer.
Yep.
And he's going to... Now, if you guys... If you don't know this name, you better go back a fucking couple episodes. But he's going up against the fucking razor bitch herself, Tilly Devine from fucking Australia.
Hell yeah.
Right.
And, there's a lot of people listening to that episode. It's already over 1,100 to Tilly Devine. So, fuck yeah.
That's sweet.
So, yeah, with that razor, boy, she could be nasty. But as we know, Chris...
Oh, they got some fucking objects in a variable.
So it could be anything from a can of corn to a fucking chainsaw and everything in between. It's a lot of fun, and there'll be a song playing while they're killing each other, and we're going to do that for you in the Mayhem segment. Big thanks to everybody out there listening to us. Keep on spreading that word.
Yes, yes.
We were about the same last week as the week before, about 2,400, so thank you. And keep on telling people about it and letting people know what we're doing. Also, that website, plug-in at murdermetalmayhem.com, got the web store on there, got some cool bios on each of us and some different things, CK Tribute. So go check that out, murdermetalmayhem.com. All right, well, we got a lot on our plate tonight, guys. Taking a little trip south to the state of Oklahoma and see if we can maybe avoid getting some rat poison in our fucking food or our coffee, man.
Jesus Christ, let's get our fucking murder on for real.
No way to stop, no way on top. Stay out of sight and prepare to die. Prepare
Fuck yeah, man. Some Flotsam and Jetsam.
Hells
Prepare for Chaos. I love that song. I love that album that it's on. I love pretty much everything they've done. Those guys are fucking amazing. Jamming the shit out of it lately, and just such an underrated band. I mean, just such a good band for so fucking long. So if you're not familiar, or it's been a long time since you've listened to Flotsam and Jetsam, go check them out. The latest album, Blood in the Water, is fucking amazing, but listen to any of the more modern stuff if it's been a while, and should give them a chance.
It's all fucking good.
Yeah. All right. Well, tonight, guys, we're Murdering Moms of May, a final one, brutal as always. But this time talking about serial killer Nannie Doss.
Oof.
The Giggling Granny. Gotta love that nickname. I heard that and I was sold just on that. Like, wow, what's Granny giggling about, you know? But she's known also, she's got quite a few names here. The Lady Bluebeard, Jolly Black Widow, and the Lonely Hearts Killer, the original one, as far as I know. But she was a monster of a mother who killed her own children, her grandchildren. The baby at the hospital is the most fucked up one.
Yeah.
The mother-in-law, some of her husbands from 1921 to 1954.
Like getting out there, dude.
33 years, 11 people that we know of or confirmed. So brutal. And it's a good one. And I bet a lot of people don't know a lot about this lady. And we're going to talk about her. And we're going to dig into those details and might be giggling a little bit. Like we usually giggle a bit, but maybe a little extra. So now, Chris, what do you think about Nannie Doss? Did you know much about her? And do you think our listeners are going to know much about her?
I mean, if you've ever ran across, like you said, that name, the Giggling Granny, like, you're probably going to be like, wait, what the fuck? So, I mean, and the way the fucking, like, YouTube algorithm is, if you're watching a bunch of fucking true crime shit, it's going to pop up.
Right.
But, like, I had heard about it before we talked about doing it, because just a random podcast I listened to a while ago, it came up and I listened to it. I was like, all right, this bitch is fucked.
Yeah, right. Our kind of gal,
yeah,
right?
Right?
For May. And I've already got a couple on the list for next May.
Nice.
So yeah, so definitely Lori Vallow would have to be done at that time. And there was another one I noted myself on it. It was a good one. So yeah, some sick shit. And the ladies, so we're closing it out tonight with little Nannie Doss and going for the more obscure, which I think, you know, people that listen to us maybe like the way we do those cases, the ones that you don't know about. But, you know, she was very H.H. Holmes-like to me, you know, with the insurance scams and all that kind of financial crimes.
Right.
She also murdered an infant with a fucking hat pin through the skull. So she is a sick bitch for sure. And I'm anxious to discuss it with you guys. And, you know, we just tend to gravitate toward these more obscure ones. But she's born Nancy Hazel in 1905 in Blue Mountain, Alabama. She went by Nannie at a very young age and all through her life. She was born into a poor farming family with 4 other siblings. 1 brother, 3 sisters. She definitely hated her dad. Her mom did too. He was a very abusive alcoholic. The mom, though, turned kind of a blind eye, which then became some friction, you know, for how she looked at her mother. So this is definitely a very dysfunctional household. Father refused to let the kids go to school so they could work on the farm. And this, of course, means, you know, Nannie didn't do very well in school.
Not in school, but she figured it out.
Yeah, she definitely did her own schooling. But, you know, if you listen to any of the interviews with her, you know, she definitely sounds, you know, like she's, you know, not extremely literate.
Like her dad wouldn't even like let him go to like any kind of social functions, even if it was at the church and shit.
Oh yeah.
Like, nah, ain't doing shit.
Yeah, he's old school,
Fuck
man,
you.
for sure. So, Chris, you know, this is something we see a lot of, though, you know, these kids that are growing up in these dysfunctional households.
Dude, fucking look, I drink, I know, but I'm not like abusive out there beating my kids or stopping them from shit. fucking sometimes you just want to get the fuck out. Like, well, not sometimes. I'm sure every child in that situation is like, how the fuck do I get out of here?
Right.
Like, but yeah, it'll fuck with kids all, and it'll stay with them through their entire fucking life.
Right.
Like, this is the way my life was. I'm either gonna change it or I'm gonna just keep walking that same path.
Right. No, I agree. And some people it affects more than others, right? You know,
Yeah.
we see that all the time too. So now, Joey, there's a head injury with Nannie, and what was the deal with that? Because that's definitely a major player, I think, in this whole situation.
Well, she was taking a train. And they were down in Alabama, and going to a goremonger show. That's what the notes said. I was like, what the? But anyway, so she's on the train, and the train came to a pretty sudden stop. And back then, you gotta think this is, I don't know, 1900s or 1910. I can't remember.
Early 1900s, yeah.
Yeah, it was early on. So obviously, you know, the trains and stuff, they weren't as smooth
Safe.
as they would be today.
And
So the
safety wasn't an issue,
Right.
you know. Just
Yeah,
rub
so
some
the
dirt on it.
Yep. And and the train comes to a quick stop, and her head just gets whacked. And
Like
we
off
know about like
Yeah, like off of the back of the seat rail or whatever, because it's just a steel fucking bar, not the padding like the
Yeah,
seats
yeah.
today. Fucking just smack.
Yeah.
Head injuries.
Yeah,
we
definitely.
definitely talk about those.
Definitely fucked her up. And they missed the Goremonger show they were going to
Yeah.
see.
They
So that
did.
fucked the whole thing up, man.
They should have took the 666 Express.
They
That's
should
right.
have.
That would have been better, yeah. I did see something here in the news about Route 66. There were sections of it that were Route 666, but they changed it because of the
Oh, nice.
religious people
Right,
didn't
right.
like it. And so they changed it. So like that's kind of cool, you know. So some remnants of it here. So yeah, you got the head injury thing, certainly a problem. She's suffering terrible headaches, blackouts, depression, and you know, with as poor as they were, she's not getting any kind of real medical attention. I'm going to assume, and it's also, you know, possible they might not have been able to really do a lot for her, but certainly would have been better than just, you know, move on and
Yeah,
deal with
Dad
it.
didn't
you know?
care, dude.
So, you know, it's hard to say, but a head injury like that could have definitely caused a brain injury, which we know, you know, could have major effects on, you know, their impulse control and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, we've heard so many times Ramirez, I mean, on and on and on with the head injury. And then after that, they changed. They became
Somebody
much more
different.
violent, a different type of person. Yeah.
It unlocks something.
Yeah. And she was also sexually assaulted, I heard, by a group of local men. And when she told her father about it, he did not believe her. So
Basically blamed her, kind of.
yeah, pretty much.
Like, it's your fault. Quit dressing like a whore.
And as Tim would say, your cocksucking clothes. So she's got her cocksucking clothes on tonight. So Chris, Nannie grows up reading these romance novels.
Yeah, so like, you already got Dad over here trying to do everything, keep him getting molested, but Mom's got these romance novels or whatever. And she kind of just hands them to her to start reading when they're on a trip or something. She's super young, so
Right.
she's reading them, and she's all fucking like, oh, this is what love is.
Right.
This is what I'm going to be looking for my entire fucking life.
Right.
So she fucking just, that's why she like, just because you're not happy with this one, don't kill him. Just
Right.
like,
No,
hey,
you don't remember like back in the 80s and shit, Chris? Pete might have been a little older. Well, I mean, no, you'd still remember.
Oh,
But back then, you remember like you would find like those little fucking books in fucking like adults' rooms or whatever. And
yeah, like the
story-
ones with Fabio on their fucking cover and shit.
Well, I don't know about that, but I know it was always about fucking the kids. Like it was family fucking, and there was always like incest, like all the fucking, or it was like Pinocchio fucking.
Oh
bitches,
yeah.
Mickey Mouse, a lot of Mickey Mouse ones.
A lot of Mickey Mouse.
Yeah, I just remember growing up, like some of the lewd fucking reading material I found, like when I was younger,
Right.
like in the
It's
80s.
it's like the little fucking. It's not like a porno with pictures. It's all stories.
Right.
It's like, and like
Yeah,
you said,
yeah.
it's like family affairs and shit
yeah,
like that.
like
dude.
he's banging his daughter. And fucking,
It's like, what the fuck, dude?
That's fucked up. Definitely some fucked up shit. That is for sure. So
So
Joey,
anyway, so I was just saying, I don't know what kind of shit she was reading at that time, but if
Right.
if that stuff was derived, from whatever she was reading, maybe that was like some pretty fucked up.
Maybe
shit
that
for
was
her.
her interpretation of romance novel. Like,
it's possible, but it sounds like just stuff you'd buy at the grocery store, like that kind of stuff. So
still, that's fucked up.
yeah, so she's got this, preconceived notion of who the perfect mate is out there for her. And Joey, another thing that she's into is the Lonely Hearts columns in these magazines. She was all about that.
I mean, this is way back in the day, but you got to think the way that people use their phones and everything now, like messages, like the way that it creates dopamine in us. They've like done studies on this. Back then, Lonely Hearts like that was like top of the line.
It's like
shit.
Twitter.
And all of a sudden, exactly, it was long term because it would take you a
So
while
now
to get the wire back. But
Right, you got all this anticipation built up and shit. So you're just like, like you said, the dopamine, and you're just like, checking the mail every day. Like, is it
Right.
here?
Yeah,
But
so
then-
they're writing to each other, like people did, at that time. And nowadays it would be chat rooms and, social media and ways that people message each other and that sort of thing.
What were you
But
saying,
it's
dude?
also an obvious way that people can meet people for devious reasons and shit.
Oh,
back
yeah,
then,
definitely.
So
Yeah.
that's why there's multiple Lonely Hearts killers over there.
Oh, yeah, like the Craigslist of the Lonely Hearts Club killers.
Fuck
right?
yeah.
So-
Rodney Alcala was like the '70s dating game version of
That's
Lonely
true.
Hearts.
Right?
That's true. But the episode that we did, which was episode 127, the Lonely Hearts Killers. So the killer couple, Raymond Fernandez and Martha Beck. That was one we did back in Valentine's Day for 2021. So
That was a good one.
that was a good one. So the Lonely Hearts thing, we've talked about this before, but it's been obviously a long time ago.
Right.
Couple of years seems like forever doing these episodes. I thought that was a good one to kind of draw that comparison, because I know that's been used for others. That like we were talking with like a shady Craigslist type thing. They had the Craigslist killer, and he was doing that.
Definitely.
So this
And
is
there's
the
like-
precursor to that.
There's like a lot of like online dating fucking murders
for
that
sure.
have happened.
Oh,
not
without a doubt.
necessarily serial killers, but murders for sure.
Right. So Nanny's father did not let her or her sisters wear makeup, as we were talking. No provocative clothing,
Not
no
to pass the
Facebook
ankles.
pages or anything.
Yeah,
So,
right.
no surprise there, but he felt it would prevent them from being molested by older men.
But she was already molested. And he
Yeah,
didn't
it already
believe her.
happened, fucking fool. And
It was
when-
her fault for dressing the way she dressed, dude. That's
according
why.
to him, right? But when I read that, I wondered if the old man maybe had a little thing for young girls and thought that all men wanted young.
Oh, that's
girls.
possible.
So that could be a thing. I don't know that. I'm just throwing that out there. But he wouldn't let the girls go to dances, any sort of social events at all with other teenagers, and this is definitely going to cause a lot of friction in a house with two teenage daughters. And then fuck. So I know I was, but this is definitely taking it to the extreme. So
Yeah.
Chris, you've got two
Yeah.
daughters, so you can relate to what that's all about.
They're Shawbacks, though. Go do your thing. Just don't be stupid.
Well, I mean, I was lucky because my daughter, is just I have one son, one daughter, And she was really a good kid. I mean, I really didn't have much trouble with her, even
That's
in
what
her
I'm saying.
teens. So I got lucky. Never had any drama with
Yeah, that's
it.
what I'm saying. I don't really have. I mean, there's been a couple things, nothing major or anything dumb though, but
Right.
they're good fucking kids, man.
Yeah, that's awesome, and that definitely helps because I can't imagine these ones that have kids that are constantly in trouble and
Right.
getting arrested and shit like that. But
Sorry, mom. Sorry, dad.
but Nannie gets married, Joey, age 16 in 1921. What was that? What was that all about?
She gets married. Not really too obscure a thing to have happened back then, even at that age.
Right.
But she gets married to this dude Charlie Braggs, and he's the dude that works at the factory that she's at.
Right.
So they're co-workers. She starts seeing him, and her dad's like pretty about it, and he's like trying to get her to pursue the marriage to get it done. You know.
Right.
So
Just
that,
sell it
that
up.
possibly. I was just gonna say I might throw a little salt on Pete's theory that maybe he liked his daughter a lot.
Yeah, he's just trying to throw her under the bus. Get her
Now
out.
he's like, or maybe he molested her so much he was tired of her. So I don't know. But,
Yeah, it's hard to say.
but no, he was about it. He was like, yeah, y'all need to get married.
Yeah, he was encouraging it, that's for sure. And they'd only been dating for 4 months, though, you know, so that's
Yeah.
definitely
that
pretty-
doesn't seem
pretty quick,
the
you know.
smartest thing to do.
Does not. So Charlie has some mom issues, and his mom insisted that she live with the newlyweds. So that is definitely going to throw some fucking water on the fucking fire.
Dude,
All sorts of
you see
drama
that?
going on.
Did you see how old Charlie was?
I did not offhand. I don't
Me neither.
know.
I was curious.
He was
about that.
older, but I don't know how
and
much
not a
older.
lot. I think he was like 19 or 20.
It's somewhere in
Okay.
there, yeah, just a few years older than her. So I can't imagine dealing with that, especially at that age. He had no other family, so there would be issues, you know, all sorts of problems with, you know, dealing with that whole situation. I couldn't imagine it. So Nannie said that her mother-in-law took over their lives completely and always sided with Charlie in any argument.
Fucking mama's boy.
So she wouldn't let Nannie's mother stay with them. So, you know, and she's, you know, gone for days at a time. He's cheating on her. And, you know, she wants to have her mom come and stay, and this fucking bitch isn't going to
He's
let
like,
her
no, your
fucking
mom. I
stay.
hate that bitch.
Like, really?
I mean, like, no, bitch, this is my house too. You go fucking somewhere else.
Yeah. So, I mean, what an awful situation to be in. I mean, god damn. So, Chris, I guess having the old woman in the house didn't stop these two from fucking.
I mean, they did have 4 kids between fucking 23 and 27. So 4
Yeah.
kids in 4 years.
Right.
Goddamn. You going
Yeah.
to town.
Definitely.
But the kids and everything, and fucking old mama-in-law hanging around the house, fucking
Right.
smoking all your cigarettes, fucking bitch. Fucking
Those Pall Malls.
God damn it.
Oh yeah.
My cigarettes. So Nanny's like said, chain smoking like a motherfucker because it gave her a reason to fucking go outside.
Right.
Like she's like, I ain't got to be around this bitch. I'm just gonna go outside, grab some booze,
Drinking, though.
Yeah, she's drinking. Like I said, grab some
Heavily.
booze, just partying
Like
outside.
nation style.
Nation style. Oh man. I don't know. So yeah, she just like.
So
fucked
this is
bitch
fucking
out.
building, dude. This is
fucking-
alcohol on the situation, a lot of tension,
I'd have
nagging fucking mother-in-law.
That's fuck that.
Yeah,
The
poor
fuck out of
Nannie,
my
man.
house.
She's getting ready to fucking flip out. So Joey, it's 1927, though, when the couple would lose their 2 middle aged daughters to a food poisoning. I'm putting that in air quotes. I wonder if they were eating that fucking rotten sheep soup from Lizzie
Lizzie
Borden. I don't know if they were eating on any of that because I don't know about food poisoning. What do you think here?
Maybe, I don't know. It was weird, and I mean, you lost the 2 middle kids. You didn't lose the youngest and the oldest, so
Yeah.
maybe they were more immune to the sheep stew.
I'm wondering if maybe she went to that Graham Young correspondence course and maybe tried to do some poisoning with some, you know, tried 1 dose in this and another dose, so maybe only 2 of them died. I don't know.
It's
but
definitely a possibility that she was, you know, involved in it. And,
Right.
No, not at all. Not at all.
Yeah, I think she's starting to do
but
some.
it's not anything that she ever got in trouble for, though.
Right.
Right. She's, watching YouTube videos on chemistry and doing some shit. So Charlie gets smart, and he leaves Nanny behind with the youngest child, Florine. That's an interesting name. And took the oldest daughter, Melvina, with him. Some ugly-ass fucking names. I'm a bit unclear on whether Charlie left his mom there with Nanny, but I think he may have.
No, he did.
He did leave? Because
Yeah.
I didn't see in anything I read where she went, but then I know she died under the guy, the guidance or whatever care of Nanny,
Yeah,
So-
he did. He bounced without his mom. He took the kid and said,
Yeah.
took the one
One kid,
left the other, and left his mom. Like, fuck you too, mom.
What the fuck?
You fucked my life.
That's just crazy.
If you had
man.
just gotten
He's
an
like,
apartment.
well, yeah, he's like, well, you're almost going to be an adult, daughter, so I'll take you. Hopefully this fucking young one, I don't have to put up with her the rest of my life. And the old-ass bitch that's nagging at me, my mom, maybe this fucking nanny will take out, both of them for me.
Right. I got to
Yeah.
get everything taken care of.
I mean, it's possible. I don't know. I mean, it's just a fucked up situation. Definitely getting ready to get crazy here. But then the mom dies soon after, so you wonder.
Oh, no. You can't wonder.
And
You speculate.
he shouldn't have left her there, though, with Nanny. But Nanny now has to get a job at the Cotton Gin to support herself and Florine, because Florine was an infant when he left. So he left his wife and his mother with an infant, and like we said, took the older daughter and took off. I mean, that's pretty fucking cold. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
This guy's a total douchebag. But, now with the mom gone, maybe the less stress in the situation. But what happens, Chris, in the summer of 1928?
Well, after his mom died, he came back. Was it for the other kid? He came back for a reason, but
He brought the other girl back. He brought his daughter back.
Right. But and there was something to do with the fucking who the house went to or some shit. The house is supposed to go to his sister or whatever. Because but he came back and he's got this chick with him with these other two kids, or
Right.
one kid or two kids.
She's recently divorced.
Yeah, and they got
with a couple kids.
and they're just hanging out, and so Nanny's like, oh fuck, and so they had to get a divorce because he's
Right.
like, I don't even want to be with your psycho ass anymore. I'll be the next one
Right.
fucking dead.
Right.
And so he's done.
He leaves his Melvina there.
Yeah, he leaves both the kids with
And
her,
then he takes off with the
It's like,
new
fuck
woman.
you and fuck these kids.
Yeah. So the one he had, he brought back. Like, what the fuck?
I should have took the other one.
Yeah, I mean, awful.
Wrong kid died.
Yeah, and I don't know. I don't know if this woman, he was with, if she was like, fuck this kid, I don't want this kid around. I don't know. Or he was maybe, just didn't want her there. It's crazy. So she's got now two kids, and she winds up moving in with her mom. So Nannie Doss moves in with her own mom, not the mother-in-law's dead. So yeah, it's a little confusing. But then, Joey, I read that Charlie told the police that he left her because she scared him. I mean, what do you think about that?
I mean, it sounds like a fucking cop-out to me, because I don't know why you would fucking be scared of this old fucking lady, but... somebody like Ed Gein might fucking beg to differ. So,
Right.
But I don't know, man. The fact is that still leaving. You obviously don't trust Nanny for some reason, whatever the reasons being, and obviously you don't like your mom. You
Right.
gotta know some shit's gonna go down. Like, how do you not
Right.
know that?
Exactly.
I feel like I just feel like it was a little more premeditated on his part than.
I could see that.
Yeah, I agree, dude. This guy this is just fucking so shitty the way he handled this whole fucking situation here. And maybe she did scare him because he knows that she's capable of some shit. But like you said, Joey, it's an older woman. I mean, dude, seriously, fucking butch up,
Yeah.
So Nanny finds her another husband. A year later, marries Robert Harrelson in 1929. Not sure if he's related to Woody Harrelson, though, but they settled.
Woody Harrelson's dad's a criminal, so I mean...
It's possible, right? They settled down in Jacksonville, Alabama, with both girls, Melvina and Florine. But it's not taken too long for Robert to show his true colors. So she's got one hell of a fucking bad fucking knack for pieces of shit.
This perfect romantic life is not coming to fruition very well for her at all.
No. Because what's he doing, Chris?
He's going around fucking just beating the shit out of her, fucking getting wasted as there I go again. Getting hammer smashed face.
Right.
Fucking then coming in and smashing her face.
Yeah, and he's a womanizer, so he's out there doing that. Got this criminal record for assault that he didn't tell her about. And despite all that, though, somehow she stays married to this fool for 16 years.
Fucking years, man.
God almighty. Got a knack for getting mixed up with bad men, from alcoholics to fucking womanizers. Just terrible. But with a father the way he was, I mean, it doesn't really surprise me. It's just the cycle, goes on. It's just fucked up.
Yeah.
Now, it doesn't take her long, though, Chris, to become a grandma. So
now Malvina has a baby in 43, baby boy, and fucking then a couple years later she has a baby girl. Well, she had gone through a fucking pretty rough fucking labor time, so she's fucking tired and shit, fucking takes a nap or whatever. Well, when she comes back, when she wakes up, whatever, her mom's there with the baby and call the doctor or whatever. Like the baby died in my arms. Well, there's either she said, or her sister said that they saw her, or she said that she had a fucking dream, or actually saw her mom stick a fucking, like a hat pin. And back in the day, you had these long, thin pins that like ladies did that held the fucking like flowers in on their hat and shit. So it's like a long ass fucking sewing needle, basically. And fucking saw, so she said she saw her mom stick it in the baby's head, like the soft spot of the head.
Right.
And whenever the sisters or whatever said that that she was telling the doctors that she fucking said the baby was dead, they said they saw her having a hairpin in her hand. So they're like, so that's pretty fucked up. But there's a dead baby, and you say you
but
saw
she was
that?
groggy, though, so she's not sure if she saw it. But then the fact that her sister and her husband are out in the lobby and they say they see Nanny come out with this hat pin,
right?
And she tells them the baby's
I feel like
dead.
though that if you're sticking a hat pin in the soft spot of a baby's head, somebody's gonna fucking notice the spot in the fucking
That's
head.
what I would think. I don't understand.
You're not just gonna be like, oh, dead baby. Oh, what's that right there in the soft spot? I mean, you're gonna notice something.
I
like
know.
that.
That's what I found
doctor,
hard. I found it hard to believe as well.
Also, if you're going to use the hat pin and kill the baby like that, why are you going to walk out holding it in front of everybody?
Yeah, but she was ballsy, so who knows, right? But Joey, the doctors can't confirm that it happened. I don't understand what would be like Chris said. I mean, you're not going to be able to tell that this hat pin went into this baby's skull. That's so fucked up to me. I don't know.
Right, and if you don't know that, what can you tell us? Like, can you tell us anything that might have happened so we can understand it better?
Right.
Because right now, this bitch is looking a little suspect over here.
Exactly. So the grieving couple would eventually grow apart, which happens a lot with, tragedy like that. Melvina starts dating a soldier, and one night, Melvina and Nanny have this bad fight. Melvina makes the mistake of leaving her son. These people just like, duh.
Constantly leaving him with her.
Right. She leaves her son, Robert, home with Nanny to babysit while she goes to visit her dad. So that's fucked up. And the baby, or the son, I don't know if he was an infant, he was more like a toddler, I think, dies while he's staying there with her. And it's ruled asphyxia by unknown causes. So again, like, what the fuck, you know? I mean, seriously, why is anybody leaving any child in the care of this woman? It is beyond fucking me. I mean, I know it's 1945, but for fuck's sake, you know? So 2 months later, Nannie gets a $500 payout from a life insurance policy that she took out on her grandson, Robert. So really? And she took that out only 2 months before this happened. So
That's a little suspicious.
it really is. It really is. So Melvina suspected that her mom killed him. I mean, who wouldn't? So if you're keeping score at home, guys, that's 5 victims. So far, a little roundup here. She's killed 2 of her own children, her mother-in-law, and 2 grandchildren. Okay? She is absolutely fucking horrible. I mean, the hat pin in the head is so fucked up. I don't know if it really happened or not, but let's just say for
it
fun,
did. That's fucking.
it did, and she's giggling.
God
You know,
damn.
it's fucked up. Now, all the way, Nannie was, learning the insurance scam while this is all going on. And so not only is she fucked up in the head like psycho, but she's also got this monetary incentive. So she's got some smarts. Like you
Right.
said, Chris, she's certainly not dumb. She's got the knack to be able to, pull these scams off. Like I said, I see a lot of similarities with her and H.H. Holmes. I mean, very similar. They would have made one hell of a fucking power couple. I mean, seriously.
Yeah, right.
An attorney, fucking doctor, I mean, it could have been, very, Nannie would have been a hell of a wife to H.H. Holmes, I think. And
And
imagine they
fucking-
could have done a lot of things with the murder castle, Chris.
Right, they could have fucking had it all figured out.
It would have been
She'd
hopping.
have just been like, just invite my family over.
How about your family, too? So she could have cooked breakfast every morning for all the patrons of the
Hell yeah.
hotel. That would have been
Some
nice.
of that prune pie, baby.
Prune pie. So true serial killer love connection there with Murder Metal Mayhem. Now, Chris, 1945.
Yeah, her fucking.
Whoa.
Yeah, her fucking husband, 45. He comes home fucking drunker than shit.
Right.
Fucking. He wants to fucking fuck, and she ain't about it. But guess what? He fucks anyway.
Right.
And like I said, she ain't about it. So he rapes her. And fucking. She's like, you know what? Fuck you, you fucking prick.
Right.
And she does the worst thing that you could ever do to somebody.
I wondered if this
Fucking
really
poisoned the
upset
whiskey,
you.
bro.
Wow.
Why you ruin the whiskey,
Yeah,
man?
whiskey in the jar, even, man.
Dude,
Oh,
that's got me pissed off right there. Fuck you, Nannie. Ruin the whiskey. What if somebody else wanted to drink it?
So what
Man,
happens, man?
he fucking drinks that fucking rat poisoned whiskey and shit, and about a week later, after fucking suffering, I'm sure it was fucking horrible.
Right.
He fucking ends up dying and shit. But guess what? She made 2 G's, baby. What?
Yeah, and back then, that's pretty significant fucking money here. She's figuring this shit out. $2,000 payout on that one.
I'm fucking goddamn saying though, she should be hanged just for fucking ruining the whiskey, bitch.
Yeah. And Joey, I know that.
Shawback's got a fucking fighter in the cage match.
Oh, yeah, that'd be hilarious. So, Joey, I'm assuming that dying after ingesting rat poison, like Chris said, just got to be absolutely miserable. What does it do? Do you know what it actually does to the human body?
Now, they say that you are unlikely to actually die from consuming rat poison accidentally, so it's probably always going to be a case where it was intentionally given to you, so keep that in mind.
Right.
So if
Right.
anybody's ever sick from it, you probably got it done by somebody that did it to you.
Right. You didn't
Right.
just accidentally eat a little bit that was somewhere. You fucking.
Right.
Yeah, and then of course it depends on like certain people have certain people are more susceptible to it, some aren't. But there's definitely symptoms like internal bleeding. So everybody take a drink.
Everybody take
Got
a
to drink
drink.
on that.
Internal bleeding.
Respiratory distress, seizures. It can bring on heart attacks, shock, liver failure, comas, and then sudden death. You know, is a
Those could all
possibility.
be band names there, one after
Right,
the
yeah,
other.
for sure. Now, I know the only thing I can say about rat poison, because I haven't really eaten it, is that back in the day in the 90s, whenever we would get sheets of acid and shit, sometimes like it would be like not the greatest acid, and it would be cut with fucking strychnine basically, and they would call it dirty acid, and you would eat that shit, and man, it would have your back so fucked up the next day.
Oh my
Chris,
God.
you know what I'm
Oh
talking
yeah,
about?
I know what you're talking about.
Oh,
the only thing I
fuck
could
it.
say about rat poison, best tour of '86, baby, Rat and Poison.
Nice. Now, Joey, if you used your phone or a computer to search what's it like to die from rat poison, you better hope that Stephanie doesn't end up getting poisoned anytime soon, because you're going to be a very suspicious individual with that in your search history. But have no fear, because I'm in that club too, because I Google stuff all the time for the writing shit.
Oh,
you
everything
know?
we fucking do just for the podcast.
And the
So-
podcast.
Stephanie
yeah.
Googles weird shit herself.
That's
so.
hilarious. But yeah, I thought that's
she-
funny.
I'd be like, "Are you gonna fucking poison me?" I'm always, you know,
right,
like,
just fucking around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna grab something from the hospital and have me killed.
Right, exactly. So Nannie doesn't wait too long for husband number 3, old Arlie Lanning. She's traveling to North Carolina, sees an ad in a Lonely Hearts Club advertisement. She meets him. They get married 3 days later.
That's
So
fucked
what
up.
the fuck? I'm guessing that Nannie gave one hell of a fucking blowjob.
She had to, dude.
I'm just trying to figure this out, Chris. I mean, do you got any other
God
rational explanation for such?
damn. I mean,
a thing?
she's got something going on, dude.
yeah,
I'm gonna tell you guys something about Nannie Doss. It's like
yeah,
if you're male, female, whatever pronouns you like, everything. It doesn't matter who you are, is what I'm saying. Like every single person, there's one thing about Nannie Doss that we all have in common, and it's all that we all wonder what her vagina and asshole look like.
Right? No, for real.
Like, what does that look like? So it's not a fucking sexual thing. It's not a perverted thing. It's just a curiosity. Nannie Doss, what does your junk look like? We wish we would have seen it.
Right, the
so
world needs to know.
Right. So I think Arlie got a chance to witness this crotch area,
Right.
and he just fell in love. Because getting married in 3 days, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
she just,
that's
She just
crazy.
dropped her shit. Was like, blah, and he's like, oh fuck yeah.
yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. So we know she's not a cook. That's for sure.
Right.
Or at least a cook
Right.
you'd want to fucking eat their food. But Chris, she ends up with another winner with Arlie, because what's his deal?
He fucking another womanizer, cheating motherfucker, fucking always fucking wasted all the time, and fucking
Damn.
leaving, going to get some smokes. I'll be back in about 12 days, fucking motherfucker, dude. Like,
Yeah, months at a time, just leaving.
Dude.
But she was leaving too.
oh yeah, she was stepping out on the town.
Yeah,
She'd be
she
going-
was out. You know,
She was stepping out for real, fucking like she was going out to the fucking pubs and taverns and whatnot, and fucking
Yeah.
just showing motherfuckers her titties and shit.
I guess.
Just like, hey, check these out. Sup. You want to party?
But then when she was home, she was like Susie Homemaker, though.
Oh. Right.
you know.
But hey, everybody's got that fucking two sides.
Yeah, a lot of people do. That's for sure.
Fucking goddamn cubing.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Oh, BTK. And speaking of
Cuban Gooding
BTK,
Jr.
Cuba Gooding Jr., the Methodist Church. She was really involved with the Methodist Church. Wasn't that BTK's church? Wasn't he
Yeah.
Methodist?
Yes, it was. Yeah.
But then old Arlie, what happens with him, Chris?
Well, what has happened to everyone else in this story? Let me think about this.
Gee,
He died.
He died.
He fucking died out of fucking nowhere.
Heart attack.
Yeah, they
though.
say it was a heart attack, but you know it wasn't a fucking heart attack. Come on, man. They have been together so very, very short of a time, and he just
Right.
randomly
Right.
dies, and they fucking exhumed him eventually, fucking
Yeah.
rat poison, but
Right.
another 2 G's.
Yeah, another 2 G's she got for that one, 1952. So wow.
Another 2 G's.
God almighty. Joey, Nannie has, some sort of scam going on, and what does she end up doing with fucking little fucking arson, man?
Well, now she's gonna burn the goddamn house down. Fucking, there's a huge fucking insurance payout over it.
Right.
The insurance payout wasn't even supposed to go to her.
Right.
It was supposed to go to Arlie's sister.
That's the one I was thinking of earlier.
Yeah, but it hadn't been fucking changed in the documents yet, so they fucking gave it to her.
Right.
She's like, hell yeah, and she fucking takes off.
Right.
She leaves fucking North Carolina and goes to move in with her sister Dovey. Dovey's bedridden, she's sick, and
Right.
Guess what happens to her, guys?
Gee.
Right, that's what happens.
Bam. Another victim. We should have had a bell ding every time there's another
Yeah.
victim here. So there she is, just everywhere she goes, man. There are bodies fucking on the floor.
Yeah, and it's like, you don't know if she killed this one or that. Maybe she didn't kill Dovey, you know. But whenever you're involved with as much bogus shit and murder as you have been, and somebody dies around you, you got to face the fact people might fucking connect
Exactly.
with you.
Yes.
Exactly. So everywhere she's going, there's bodies. She was just a heartless and cunning piece of shit. It's amazing she wasn't caught in these scams, but before computers, people got away with all kinds of shit just from paperwork. That Catch Me If You Can. That shows a lot of that kind of stuff. It's just the paperwork doesn't catch up. A lot of the scams I was reading about when I read Wise Guys, that those guys were pulling with credit cards and stuff, you wouldn't be able to do it today.
Oh, no.
But the way it was with the mail, I mean, they could come up with scam an awful lot of money before the bank has any idea and stops it, and it's too late because they got the cash and it's all in, phony names and shit. So it's amazing how, criminals, have to keep kind of ramping up, but at her time, she was able to get away with a lot of this shit and
It was
didn't
hard.
get caught.
It was easy to fucking hide.
It was. It was.
Digital footprint.
Right.
You could burn a piece of paper.
Right. Exactly.
You can't burn the airwaves.
That's true, dude. So now she's on the hunt for another husband, and I'm losing count at how many she's had at this point. And she joins a club called the Diamond Circle Club, and she meets Mr. Right, Mr. Richard Morton from North Carolina. Step on up. I mean, you're the next fucking one to die here. They get married in 1952 and they were living in Kansas. But like always, Nannie has a knack for picking some of the worst husbands around.
Yeah.
And Chris, what
Dude,
happened?
they got married and fucking motherfucking. So Nannie's like, okay, he's a womanizer, but
Right.
he's not getting wasted and coming in and fucking beating the shit out of me. She's
Yeah.
out there trying to get a goddamn perfect male. Fucking said she's a big reader of those romance novels, like she was when she kid. And it just isn't working out for her. Like this guy's still fucking just
No,
like
because he's just
out
cheating
there
on her
cheating
like
on her
blatantly.
constantly, and she's reading these fucking novels.
Yeah,
She's like,
she
why
thinks
is this
that's
not
what it's
happening
supposed to
for
be.
me?
Yeah.
Every fucking dude I'm with is out there fucking the whole town.
Right.
I'm honestly surprised she didn't find some of these females and killed them as well, just out of fucking just spite or rage or jealousy.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right, dude. You're right.
Like, okay, I know you fucked that bitch. I'm going to kill her.
Right.
I'm going to see the reaction you get after she dies.
Right. Oh, yeah. She's vindictive like that for sure.
I'm surprised that didn't happen, honestly.
And who knows?
And
that
maybe it did. Maybe it
could
did.
have, you know. So Joey, Nannie's mother moved in with her and Richard, and what's going on here, man?
Well, she has to fucking move in. The husband's fucking dead. And,
Right.
Sorry. And fucking, she needs her to help her out. So
Yeah, she
it's
broke her
crazy
hip. I
because-
think she needed
yeah.
help. Yeah.
yeah, she's a fucking invalid at the time, and you know she moves in with her, and it doesn't take fucking. How long was it before she dies? Like fucking 2 months or
Something like
it was,
that, man.
It was fast. And then 3 months after that, Richard fucking dies also
Right.
from fucking poisoning. Supposedly he drank coffee. And what do you say, Pete?
His last words.
Yeah.
I shouldn't.
I shouldn't have drunk that last cup of coffee.
Those are his
Right.
last words.
Well,
Wow.
no.
The crazy.
Go ahead, Joey. Sorry.
All I was gonna say is I mean, maybe your mom's so fucking invalid, or you need so much help you have no fucking choice. I don't know about Richard. Maybe he just didn't fucking know anything about the previous.
Right.
Everywhere this lady went, there was people dying. And I would be like, my common sense would be like, I don't need to be around this person.
Okay.
I don't even want to be
So
in the
that's
same
what I'm
house,
saying.
man.
That's what I'm saying. Nanny's moving in with her mom. And just what she's saying. Well, my guy moved back in, got another dead husband.
Right.
Like, wouldn't you, as
And
the
all
mother,
this
just be like,
money.
what do you mean you have another
Right.
dead husband?
And a pretty good bank account,
And a very
I'm guessing.
a
Unless
good
she's
bank account
spending it like
and a
crazy.
very short marriage log.
Right. Yeah, we're talking
Other than the 16
days,
years with the one dude
months.
that you didn't even kill.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did, but yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious, man. It's just such a fucking crazy one. And she's definitely a Black Widow, man. So one of the media nicknames for Nanny was Lady Bluebeard. And I mentioned that last week. And that was also a nickname given to Murderer of Husbands, Belle Gunness, which we did
Right.
in the very early days. But
couldn't even
Bluebeard was a French folktale about a man who murders his wives one after the other. So that's how it applies to both of them. And of course, Black Widow, we know about the spider. So, that's where all these nicknames stem from. But I didn't know if people would know about the Bluebeard reference. And I had to look it up because I knew it had something to do with the killing of the spouse. But I had to refresh my memory on it as well. The last husband that Nanny married was where she got the infamous last name, Samuel Doss. She met him through a Lonely Hearts Club ad, but they're in Tulsa, Oklahoma, 1953. And Chris, he's a Nazarene minister.
Church of the Nazarenes, baby.
Yeah, is that the like jumping up and down and screaming?
I
and
don't
shit
know.
like that?
I don't know.
I'm not sure, but
I know
I'm kind of
I know
visualizing.
Pentecostals are. I know Pentecostals are.
Yeah, I'm just.
Like,
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, but definitely a little bit of a change from the usual guy she ended up with. Maybe
Yeah, but he's
this
not
one
getting
could go
drunk.
right.
He's not getting drunk. He's not womanizing. He's not beating.
No,
But
he's just at the pulpit doing his thing.
right. But guess what? This dude is very stern on his religious fucking thoughts.
He did.
Like
he
his,
is
all of Nanny's motherfucking romance novels and shit.
right.
Nope.
Yeah,
Nope. That's Satan's work.
that's right. That's
That
right.
is Satan's work.
That's
you
right.
cannot have those. You don't get a radio, a TV. They're fucking Amish.
Right, pretty much.
Fucking-
Yeah, no TV,
No
no
TV,
radio.
no radio. Fucking
Wow.
none of that dirty stuff in my house.
That's right. That's right. So listeners, do you think at this point of the story, does Nanny and Samuel live happily ever after? Or just like in the romance novels, or is something fucked up about to happen? Chris, do you want to take a guess? I mean, is it
I mean,
happily ever
I-
after, or fucked up shit's gonna happen?
Oh, this works out forever. She crosses over. She's Nazarene now. She's like, this is my life. I love this. This is good. This man. No, the motherfucker ends up in the hospital, dude. What the fuck? No. Looking at this story, if anybody ever thought he was gonna fucking get out safe, no. Yeah, he goes to the hospital with flu-like symptoms.
Yeah, okay. Some more air quotes around flu-like symptoms.
Yeah. The flu-like symptoms.
COVID.
It's fucking COVID, dude.
Yeah, and Joey, I'm thinking Terraflu ain't gonna fucking help Samuel here. Do you?
No, I don't think so. I mean, this motherfucker's got severe digestive tract infection.
Gee,
Right.
I wonder why.
But they do. They keep him in the hospital for a little bit, but then they let him go.
Right.
And then as soon as he gets home, he's getting fucking poisoned again. His goddamn prune cake.
Fucking prune cake, baby.
Yeah, prune cake. Does Hostess have a prune cake? I don't know if that.
I don't know.
Maybe you
The
should
Nannie
write in
Doss
a
version.
suggestion: Murder Metal
That's-
Mayhem prune cake.
That would be.
Oh God!
Actually, you know what? I might look up a recipe and fucking make one. Fuck
There
it.
you go. There you go.
Do it.
So when that doesn't work, though, because she tried that at first, right, Joey? But that doesn't work.
Yeah. So then she goes back to the coffee because
Right.
she's like, hey, I remember that. That
Yeah.
worked pretty good. So she poisons his coffee and it does fucking kill him.
Right.
And so what's she trying to do? Cash it in on the fucking insurance policy, not only on him, but of what was the other one?
I think she had two on him, and
that's what it was.
Different
Yeah,
companies, you know.
And they're just like, here's some more money, lady. Like, this woman, I don't understand.
Fuck?
How did she get away with this so fucking easy so long?
That's what I'm saying. I mean, she's like taking H.H. Holmes to fucking school here. You know, I mean, wow, very, very just brazen. You know, brazen about it. Yeah, I mean, her luck is going to be running out here though, because as we know, the good times can't just keep rolling for old Nannie Doss.
Right.
She said that she killed him because he got on her nerves, apparently. So Samuel, getting on her nerves, dies miserably with some tract infection. I guarantee you from something she did. The doctors at the hospital order an autopsy of Samuel. That's good, since he died so suddenly after he left their care and in her care.
I saw that, like, at that time in Oklahoma, because they made a law after this that it had to be fucking, the doctors could order it or whatever. I saw multiple things that, like, a family member had to approve an autopsy.
Okay.
And so she did, not fucking, for whatever reason, she did, like, most everything that I saw was like, this is the way it was. Like, family member had to approve. And so she did approve the autopsy. And instantly they were like, well, yeah, there is fucked up shit going on here.
Right.
And then later in...
very high levels of arsenic.
Yeah, and later in... I think it was...
You'd get high on arsenic?
Fuck yeah, dude. But it can't... Like, it was years later, like, they made a law because of Nannie Doss that the medical examiner could be like, no, we need to start an investigation, do the autopsy. We don't need permission. Like,
Okay.
there's a real investigation.
Well, that's
going on.
good. That's good. That's good. But yeah, they said enough arsenic to kill a horse. So definitely
Fucking
pretty brutal. And Samuel, you know, he dies, you know, in her care. So they're definitely fucking pointing the finger at her. Because always the spouse is the number one suspect in her track record. Fuck. So she's arrested soon after that. And I saw some of the Nannie Doss confession on YouTube. There's an interview with her after she had been in prison for 10 years or so. But she ends up confessing to the murder of 4 of her husbands, her mother, her sister, only one of the grandkids, and her mother-in-law. So she didn't admit to killing her 2 kids and the other grandchild.
right.
So
She did not admit to those. She's like,
Yeah.
I didn't do. But
not sure what
But
the
guess
deal
what?
is.
Anybody who looks at her track record and the way these
Right.
individuals died,
Way too coincidental.
it wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And who knows that she didn't want the stigma of the child killer, but she's already, you know, killed some kids. So I don't know. It's fucked up. What you know, what the fuck she was thinking here. But, you know, I did think it was fucked up. She got the name Giggling Granny,
I love the way
Chris,
she
with
got.
of why, because she's telling the story about the husbands, man.
Yeah, she's basically talking about the husband. Well, no, they were asking her, like, did you kill your husbands? And she's just laughing all like, no. Why would I do that? That's fucked up. No, I didn't do that.
Yeah,
No, Jesus Christ.
Yeah,
Man,
she's definitely fucked up.
She like knew she was busted when she started. That broke in her right there. It was like, fuck.
Right. Yeah, definitely evil, though, with the giggling thing. And Joey, last week when we were doing Lizzie Borden case, we were talking about her giggling at the top of the stairs, and that was pretty brutal because she had just done some killing up there, and pretty sick comparison with her and Lizzie.
Yeah, I mean, fucking always creepy whenever it's a fucking female back then, you know.
Right.
It's not so much that way now.
Right.
Anybody can do anything now. I'm not trying to
Of course.
say women can't murder. I'm not trying to
Right. No, I got you.
No, of course.
But no, but back then it was, you know, it was a little more unheard of. So
Yeah.
it was fucking crazy. But, you know, Nannie Doss, we're talking about that right now. She's doing shit that's, you know, maybe even a little bit worse than what Lizzie Borden was was accused of.
True, because it's going on.
That was a terrible incident. Yeah,
33 years.
The giggling part, that's funny. Like if Lizzie Borden was giggling
At the top of the steps, it's like,
yeah, Nannie Doss obviously was giggling, like she was laughing in interviews and all that shit.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
You have, I mean, that's just another level of probably being a sociopath, I guess. And you hear about like the Columbine kids whenever they fucking did their killings, or
Right.
there's just certain ones that like went about it with a fucking the Scream killers that killed that one guy. I can't
oh
remember
yeah,
right now,
dude, Scream Killers
but
is
they-
fucking crazy.
yeah, but just the way they go about it, like taunting and
Right.
joking about it, and like they're literally having a good time doing what they're doing, and they're living in the moment, like not giving a fuck for real.
Right.
And that's scary, because that's almost like a out of control hysterical human being, I guess.
Right.
Yeah, no, I agree, dude. Definitely. But yeah, you know, the whole giggling thing is just so fucked up. The prosecutors in Oklahoma decide to focus their case on the murder of Samuel Doss, since the evidence is strong and, you know, the other cases were not in their state. And they probably figured if somehow she got off in their charges, she would get picked up in one of these other states. But she ends up taking a plea deal, pleads guilty in 1955. She's found to be mentally defective but fit for trial. But she made the right call to plead guilty. She ends up getting life instead of death. And she said she volunteered to help in the kitchen, but they wouldn't let her. No shit. You know, not going to put a fucking person putting rat poison in people's food in the kitchen. So, Chris, I also read that the state of Oklahoma decided to not pursue the death penalty.
Well, I mean, it's the fucking 50s, bro, and like
Right.
this is an older, like she's in her 50s. She's born in 1900, right?
I believe so, yeah.
Yeah, so she's in her 50s, and people are gonna in the 50s are looking at women like timid. A woman's not gonna do that. Why
Right.
would a woman do that? So they didn't pursue it because they didn't figure they'd get a conviction on that. So
Yeah,
they
it's
just-
always a higher standard to convict somebody when you know the death penalty's
right.
on the table.
So they just gave her life in prison, and
Right.
she fucking got her fucking sentence, and
Yeah, she did her time. They said they called her
kinda
Ma.
did her. She
they
did
called
life
her
in-
Ma. On
yeah,
the-
they called
on
her
the-
Ma
on the
and
cell
fucking
block.
Saul. Yeah, they fucking but yeah. They looked at women in a different way then.
Yeah.
Nowadays they look at a chick that did some shit like that and be like,
Yeah,
pop.
you're done. So Joey, Nannie would be charged for some of these other murders, but never tried because you know she's already not getting out, right?
Yeah, she's gonna be in there for fucking ever. I mean, she like Chris said, she's already in her 50s.
Right.
You got well beyond life. She's not getting out, so probably for the reason to not waste the time and the resources, I would gander. They decided not to pursue it.
Right.
They had her.
Yeah, she's already in prison. She's not going anywhere. But
She's not going to be Scissor and Dorothea Puente. anytime soon.
right? So she lives another 10 years, Joey, and then she ends up dying from leukemia there at the hospital ward of the Oklahoma State.
Prison.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that was a good gander on the fucking prosecutors.
Right.
You know, not to push the issue.
Yeah,
because
she
sure
didn't
enough,
make it
passed
too
away.
long, right? So 1965, she's gone. So her murdering ways went from 1921 to 1954. So as we said, 33 years. She's known to have killed 11 people in 4 different states, but I think there were probably more. She was corresponding with a dairy farmer from North Carolina when they arrested her. So he lucked out, and I saw some kind of quote from him. He's something like, I don't think I'm going to be using those Lonely Hearts Club.
Oh yeah, I
ads
saw
anymore,"
that. He's
something
like, yeah,
that.
fuck that. I almost died. Fuck
Yeah.
that shit.
Yeah, exactly. So he got lucky. But to me, she is like the female H.H. Holmes, with the murders often being committed for monetary gain. Technically, by definition, not really a serial killer when it's for monetary gain. But, you know, some of these killings were kind of revenge and like fucked up shit going on. So I would go with she is a serial killer
Oh, I
because
would definitely.
Well, she killed the baby. She didn't get no money out of that.
yeah, exactly. So
that
there
was
were
just going to
some
be a
murders,
nuisance because she
you know,
knew
that
she was going to end
happened.
up having to raise that kid.
Yeah, so I definitely I agree. I just thought I'd mention that since that was in play, but I think they were partially driven by money, but not totally. So I've got a 2-minute clip I thought would be fun. Nannie Doss, after she was convicted, she's at Oklahoma State Penitentiary, and she gets interviewed, and just thought you guys might be interested to hear what her voice sounds like. So this is like 2 minutes. Check this out.
Farmer.
Did you work in the field?
Yes, sir.
How long?
All my life.
How old were you when you first got married?
16,
And how many times were you married?
5.
Why are you in the penitentiary now?
All the claims I killed my husband.
Which, your last husband?
Yes, sir.
Did they say you killed any more?
Yes,
Or your other husbands? Which other?
3 of them.
Did you?
No, sir.
How did they say you claimed they say you killed her?
They claimed I poisoned them.
But you say you didn't poison her?
I didn't.
At the time you were convicted, was there a lot of talk in the newspapers about that conviction?
Yes, sir.
What did they say about it?
Oh, they said all kinds of nasty things.
Do you think they were right?
No, sir.
Do you still maintain that you did not poison either your last husband or any of the
I
others?
certainly do.
Nannie, what would you like to have more than anything else in the world?
Well, my freedom first. And the next, I like a small TV for my room.
You like to watch television?
Yes, sir.
What do you like to see?
Well, I like to see a good story. I like singing and good singing.
You mean preaching?
Yes, sir.
Do you listen to preaching sermons within the prison wall?
Yes, sir.
About music?
I listen to all kind of music.
What
I
kind do you
enjoy
like?
music. Well, I really like hillbilly music.
How about this rock and roll Elvis Presley music you like?
Well, I don't feel very much about it myself.
How about the younger girls over there? Do
They enjoy it very much.
they? Getting back to the reason you were convicted, who do you blame for that?
Myself.
Why?
Well, I didn't know anything about it, and never the attorney told me to go down and plead guilty. I just did.
Do you think it's valuable for people to have some knowledge of the law
I certainly do.
in cases like this?
I certainly do.
How long would you be in prison?
Well, I spent it for life.
Would you ever get out?
I hope.
What would you do if you get out?
I would take my daughter's children and put them all four together and try to raise them.
Yeah, get your daughter's 4 children
Yeah.
and try to raise them. Fuck you.
No, you
Wow.
ain't getting them motherfuckers.
No, but interesting to hear what her voice sounds like. Kind of weird. But anything to add to this one, guys? Giggling Granny, Nannie Doss.
Go ahead, Joey.
Go ahead, Chris. No, go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say she's just a fucked up bitch. Like no fucking remorse or anything. Fucking
No.
I was just gonna say I did a little homework for everybody that was getting a little fucking goddamn confused with their husbands. So by the time she passed away, she could have gone as Nannie, Hazel, Braggs, Harrelson, Lanning, Morton, Doss.
Wow.
That would have been her. That would have been her Southern Belle name.
God damn.
That's crazy, man. It's an interesting case. But yeah, just amazing that we could do. We're at an hour and 13 minutes going on Giggling Granny, but it was a good one. And 11 murders, definitely something to talk about. I did my research watching a couple of good documentaries. The Casual Criminalist by Simon Whistler. Those are always really good. And I saw one I'd never seen before. True Crime Mysteries had one on her, which I thought was pretty good. Murderpedia, Wikipedia. She's also in the book I've got, Peter Vronsky's book, Female Serial Killers, How and Why Women Become Monsters. his books are a staple,
Right.
and she's mentioned in there, but nothing that I didn't already know. But it's cool to see it. Peter's always amazing with shit like that. So check out the interview with her and the confession tapes on the police on YouTube. So it's good stuff. Now next week, guys, we're going to be releasing a couple of bonus episodes because we need a bit of a breather after talking about these awful women this month.
I'm down, especially
and before we go into our badass June.
Yeah,
all
especially
dads,
being after Memorial Day weekend and shit.
Need a breather. So we're going to give you 2 bonus episodes. You got the 45-minute interview that I did with Stian Gunderson from Blood Red Throne, which is cool. That was a really good interview. And the full interview I did recently with Mick, our Australian listener and former police officer. Also a fun interview because Mick is just great.
Hell yeah.
He's just a lot of fun. And that interview was also about 45 minutes, I think. So we're going to be releasing those Thursday, Friday. So we're going to take the week off to get batten down the hatches for a brutal month of June. First one out of the box for the dads, Alex Murdaugh. I'm fucking excited about this because I really followed that case closely. I'm interested. Tex is all about it, so he's going to come on with us.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah.
So it's going to set the tone. Actually, Tex is going to be on with us twice in June. He's doing that one, and he wanted to do Chris Watts. So,
shit. All right.
So yeah, we have Tex on twice in June. So, Joey, any page of days for us here?
I got some quick ones, just
Okay.
2 of them, because they did a thing on Jack Unterweger, who we have recently done.
Right. Yes.
So you can go back and listen to our episode of Jack Unterweger. That's a good one.
Yeah.
Now, but one that I will say that Page a Day did is they did like one of the quotes that sits up behind Chris's head, and it was Jack Unterweger in '74 after he got arrested for killing his first victim, and he said the infamous line, "I envisioned my mother in front of me, and I killed her."
Oh my God,
that's a
dude.
classic.
Yeah, that's fucking.
Yeah, that's pretty fucked up.
Now, the only other one I got from Page a Day this week, but it's pretty classic, is them talking about some of their international laws. And they're talking about driving laws. Now, these are always classic. So, the first one, in Costa Rica, you can drink beer while you're driving, but don't get drunk. So you're allowed to drink. You can have the alcohol, but if your blood alcohol level goes over 0.75, then you can get in trouble for it.
0.75?
Wow.
Yep, that's their legal.
Holy shit, ours is 0.08.
Right.
Yeah.
Theirs is
yeah.
0.75?
Yeah, so you could drink you a
You
six.
sure it's not 0.075?
No, 0.75.
Holy
That's what it
fucking
says.
balls, that's fucking wasted.
Yeah, that's really wasted. Yeah, that's fucked up.
I mean, maybe it is fucking supposed to be 0.075.
Yeah, that would make
and they
more
fucking-
sense that it's half
It could
a
be a
percent
typo,
lower.
but
Yeah.
but maybe they party hard in Costa Rica.
Maybe.
So
God
not-
damn, I'm going
you
to
know.
Costa fucking Rica, man.
All right. So the second one they're talking about is Sweden, and in Sweden, your headlights must be on at all times, and that means even in midsummer when their sun never even sets in parts of the country, you
my
always have to have
God.
your headlights on.
Really?
Yep.
That's fucking nuts.
Wow.
In Germany, it's illegal to run out of gas.
What?
Because if you're driving their famous
The
Autobahn,
Autobahn, yeah.
all unnecessary stopping is illegal, and that includes running out of gas. So you better gas up before you get
Oh,
on that.
damn.
Dude, the Autobahn's so badass. That'd be fun to drive.
Right.
You just fucking put the hammer down and go, dude. Fucking bah!
In Japan, if you can't let your driver drink and drive, because if they get in trouble for being drunk driving, you can get in trouble for fucking letting them be drunk
shit.
and drive.
Right.
Oh, wow.
The passenger can, yeah, that's fucking
Wow.
crazy in Japan. So don't be driving around Japan with anybody that's been drinking.
Wow.
And then the last one they got. Now, the enforcement of this law is currently delayed, so this isn't really something that's gone into effect, but it was a law that they passed, and this is in France, Drivers in France are supposed to carry a breathalyzer in their cars at all times to determine when they're able to drive.
Huh.
It's called BYOB, bring your own breathalyzer. So yeah, man,
Like
in
Leahy,
France,
man.
man,
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Fucking lay like one more little drinky poo.
I'm good. Hit
so
that
that was the
sweet
page
spot.
a day.
Page
It was
day.
a quick one this week.
Yeah,
but,
that's cool.
Good
Oh,
page
goddamn,
a day.
that's
Good
fucking
stuff.
funny.
Hell yeah. All right. Well, guys, I think we have done plenty of murder tonight. So let's crank up the metal. And Joey, what the fuck do we need to do?
Let's get our goddamn metal
Just
on,
because
boy.
CK has passed on, he's not done educating the masses. CK will forever be the great metal motherfucker. We're here to stomp poser ass and eradicate the planet of their kind. CK has passed the torch to us, and we will forge the fuck on. In CK's name, we will bestow metal knowledge upon all of you.
All right.
The great metal motherfucker.
That's right. CK, always the great metal motherfucker. The CCK, Cardboard CK, always in here with us. And we're hoping he keeps those poltergeists away from us, our posergeists away from us. So horns high, CCK. All right. Well, it is my turn. I got the horns tonight.
There, right
I saw
there.
they were over there behind your laptop there, Chris.
There's
So
two
I got the horns here.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
right. You got to electronically pass the horns, Joey. So let's there we go. Very nice. It looks kind of cool, actually.
Man, can you fucking do that? Hey, can you do that with that bong for me, man? Yeah, that'd be cool.
So I got the horns tonight, and that means my turn to pick the band or topic, and I went with Blood Red Throne, Getting Nasty, and their name came up when Joey and I were doing an interview with Matt Bishop of Human Artifacts. Matt brought them up, and I was like, you know what? I never really gave them a good listen. So I did, and I was like, holy shit. So I thought, hell yeah, I'd do this topic on them this week. So Norwegian band, 25 years they've been at it, since 1998. And they were founded by Daniel Olesen and T-Chort. I'm not sure how else to say that. On bass, those guys were both in Satyricon. And so they wind up getting into death metal, and they did this side project that then became their main band. They have had quite a few lineup changes, but the current lineup is still with Daniel Olesen, who goes by Dodd, Ivan, Meathook, Gujic on guitar, Freddie Bolso on drums, and Stian Gunnar Gunderson on bass, and Yngve Bolt Christensen on vocals. So that's the lineup currently. They've had a number of releases with splits and EPs. I mean, it's quite extensive. So I'm just going with the full-length albums here. Monument of Death in 2001, affiliated with The Suffering in 2003, Altered Genesis 2005, Come Death in 2007.
Come death.
Yeah, so they're like every 2
It's like
years, just
Bukkake.
relentless.
I have to pass.
Right. Souls of Damnation, which is badass, and that's got a DVD with
Digital
it, which I got,
pass.
which is them making it. I always like those. Brutalitarian Regime, I love that, in 2011. Self-titled in
digitally pass
2013.
that.
Then Union of Flesh and Machine, which is killer, in 2016. Also Wicked, Fit to Kill in 2019. And the last one, Imperial Congregation in 2021. So now they're at every 3 years as they're getting a little older, a little
Yeah, it
bit,
happens.
but that's okay.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And they are recording now. When I was talking to Stian, there were some songs that he was already done with the bass on. So they're like in the middle of recording it right now. So he was thinking early or late this year, early next year. They are on Soul Cellar Records, and just an amazing band. I mean, just killer. And I thought I would play this 4-minute clip of me and Stian talking. I asked him the question. Instead of dying in the mosh pit, it was throwing him off a boat. You'll hear our conversation there. So check this out. I have this question. I've asked it a few different ways to bands. It's always fun to break up the monotony. But if you're in a boat and it's sinking and you have to throw somebody off the boat to survive, would it be Justin Bieber, Kim Kardashian, or David Draymond of Disturbed? Any one of those three, to save you and the rest of the band, who's going overboard?
Oh, dude. I have to like off one of them.
You got to.
Got it. One of them.
One.
Right?
Just one.
I don't have like a personal connection with or relation with any of these people. But,
Right.
I would have to say at least David Draymond, because he has contributed to metal in some way, and metal has contributed a lot to my life. So that's
Okay.
fair at least.
Okay.
And I have to save another one, right?
Yeah, you get two. You could save one. You got to toss off the side.
You know what? I'd save Justin Bieber. My little sister listened to a lot of Bieber growing up, and I remember for our car rides we had CDs, and I had my Manowar CDs, and she had her Justin Bieber CDs, and we had to like switch turns, like who got to get to play the CD in the car. So I've listened to a lot of Justin Bieber because of her. So it ain't too bad, when you listen to something enough, it sort of gets under your skin.
All right. So you're throwing Kim Kardashian off then, huh?
Definitely.
All right. That's funny. That's funny. I always love the different answers I get with that question. All right. Now, Norway is, of course, legendary for black metal and the infamous church burnings and stuff like that. But obviously, that's, a very small sector of what's going on. What's the overall metal scene like there in Norway?
Well, fortunately, it's nothing like that anymore. I always personally thought that was kind of stupid and nothing really cool about it. I view it as like angsty teenagers trying to be edgy just back then, so I'm glad it's not like that anymore. But black metal has dominated the metal scene here in Norway for many, many, many years. But fortunately, at least in my opinion, some death metal bands are starting to bloom up here and there in the in the country, I mean. And there's even a new festival coming up called Oslo Death Fest, which
cool,
which will be death metal bands, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah,
but the metal scene is kind of stiff. It's really like integrated within our culture to be that metal has to be like tough guy,
right.
And I've always been against that, especially in Oslo. It's like that, but it's starting to loose up. And that's actually one of the things that I enjoy the most about playing in Blood Red Throne is that we allow ourselves to be goofy,
Yeah.
We like to throw a party and have fun, not taking ourselves too serious. So at a recent gig at the Inferno Festival in Oslo, which is like mainly a black metal festival, and people from all over the world come to that festival.
All right, and you get the full interview next week. You can hear the whole thing I did there with Steen. A lot of fun, definitely cool. Throwing Kim Kardashian off the fucking boat. So, killer band, Blood Red Throne. Check them out. All right, Joey, what's the Lost Classic for us this week?
Well, as I was saying earlier, I kind of fucked up my week, and so here's another one. I was trying to tie in, but it's okay because it's the 20th anniversary of this album right now. It came out 20 years ago.
Oh, fuck yeah.
The band's from Cleveland, and the album I'm talking about is Chimera, The Impossibility of Reason.
Fuck yeah, dude.
So,
Shit, yeah.
Fuck yeah. We played with them at the Indianapolis Metal Fest. They were there. We played
hell
with
yeah.
them. Yeah, that was cool.
Yeah. No, them dudes are fucking sick. The album was fucking great. Fucking haven't really fucking heard it in a while, so I fucking put it in. So it really was a forgotten classic for me.
Yeah, that's fucking
cool.
a great fucking album, dude. I
It's been
love
a
it.
long time since I listened to them. Very cool. All right. Well, what have we been listening to lately, Chris? Anything new I know you listen to lots of stuff, but anything
same as you,
stepping
fucking
out?
still that fucking Blood Red Throne, fucking Imperial fucking congregation, still that shit, dude.
Yeah.
Fucking, I was listening to some Snot, because that album to me will always be. I brought that up as a lost classic before.
Yeah.
That fucking album is the shit to me. I fucking love it. And something Cash was just listening to not so long ago. Fucking VOD's Green album.
Oh, yeah.
Fucking so fucking good.
Hell yeah.
And I can't think offhand anything in particular other than that, but
That's cool.
just like you said, I listen to
A lot
shit
of stuff.
all the time.
Joey, what about you, man?
I listened to a lot because I fucking drove out to Chicago and back this last weekend. But so a lot of tunes, but listening to some fucking Blunt, which is my boys from DeKalb.
Yeah.
Jamming fucking the Camaro, like I was talking about. Fucking White Zombie. I don't know. I was listening to a lot of different shit. Listening to Syphilus because I was fucking going to see him play.
Right.
Play with him.
A lot of yeah, absolutely.
That's cool. Yeah, I've been just all over the place. Flotsam and Jetsam, I mentioned. Blood in the Water. Also, The End of Chaos. Those albums are great. Blood Red Throne, like Chris. Imperial Congregation, just so sick. And because you brought it up, Joey, I have been kind of on a ban on Testament because I can't fucking stand Alex Skolnick running his mouth about politics 24/7. But I went and listened to Low. And that is badass.
So
and he's
good,
not on Demonic. I thought he was, but he's not on Demonic because I really like that one. He's not on that one.
I think he worked with him on it or something.
That's very possible. That's very possible.
Yeah, I think that, and there was another album that I think basically he did like production work or studio work for. But
right. Because actually he was hired by Metal Blade to remix and reproduce basically the Lazarus AD album. That's fucking killer. Those guys were an up-and-coming thrash band, and the drummer died like in a tragic accident, and the singer couldn't deal with it and just was like he was done. So they were like really on the rise, and then that happened, and you never heard from them again. They're from Wisconsin, but James Murphy just did a remix of it, and I'm really anxious to see when it comes out. I haven't seen anything on a release date, but I'm really anxious to check it out. So, like you said, Joey, really good to see him involved in shit. Also, I just found out about this band today, Terrifier, just like the movie, but there's a band from Vancouver, and they have a thrash band. They have this album just came out called Trample the Weak, Devour the Dead. Fucking sick.
Really?
Yeah. I reached out to him about doing an interview and some stuff, maybe a review. So I'll keep you posted. But just found out about them today, called Terrifier from Canada. Yeah, really, really good. All right, Chris.
Let me tell you what. Also, I was just gonna say because my whole fucking Ariel Castro mix up.
Right.
I was listening to
Salsa
to Bone
music?
Thugs and Harmony.
Salsa music.
But yeah, some salsa because he was definitely jamming that on the front porch. But no, I was listening to a bunch of Bone Thugs and Harmony for Cleveland, and fucking we weren't even doing the Castro.
Wow. Yeah, definitely gonna have to bust out some salsa music for that episode.
Some
I think.
mariachi music.
So, Chris, you got the horns.
Metalachi. Oh,
Metalachi, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, Brian's band, Death Metal Mariachi, used to play in.
What's that
playing
fucking
band.
dude? What's that fucking cash? What's that fucking grind band? The Mexican.
I can't remember their name. Right, I know who you're.
You
talking
know
about.
exactly what I'm talking about, though, right? Yeah. Okay.
So, what are you doing next, Chris?
Honestly, I was still in a toss-up. I got two ideas. One of them's pretty fucking heavy. The other one is not so much metal, but it has to do with our podcast. So I wasn't even going to say tonight. But now that I got an extra week.
Well, you actually got 2 weeks because the Murdaugh episode is going to be a bonus because it's just going to be about him because there's too much.
Holy shit.
There's too much to cover.
So I got 3 weeks to fucking.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. You got plenty of time.
You got y'all like.
You'll have to wait?
Yeah, y'all got to wait.
All right. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I didn't intentionally plan it that way, but I knew Murdoch was going to take way too much for a normal episode, so I thought do it as a bonus on its own. So, all right. Well, Joey, how about the show this weekend in Chicago? You came out and tore it the fuck up.
Yeah, man, I was fucking stoked. Went out to Magoo's up in Chicago.
Never been there before. Never heard of it.
It was a fucking great venue. Fucking
That's
amazing.
Cool. In Chicago?
In Chicago. Fuck, now I can't remember. Fucking
suburb.
A little bit.
Okay.
Yeah, suburb. But it was close to the city, though. But, man, the venue was fucking super fucking sweet. Like, it was a huge bar, like warehouse type style, and the fucking stage was big.
Hell yeah, that's cool.
Everything was all. There was like graffiti all over the walls on the inside.
I seen the pictures, like a bunch of the pictures, dude. Like, I wish I could have made it. Fuck.
But my homie Sean from Alien 666, he came out from the 419 with me and drove out to Chicago.
Oh, that's cool.
And,
we're gonna play some Alien 666 a little bit
yeah.
later, dude.
Geeked on that. And then fucking it was 5 bands. So Scython, they were the openers, and they were like a stoner doom metal band, and I had never heard of them before. They were good. They were fucking decent. They came up to us before the show and were like, you could tell they were like the newbies on the block, you know.
Right,
they didn't know none of the other bands, and they fucking had a bong with them. They're just trying to smoke weed with people and shit. And I was like, hell yeah!
And you're about that life, yeah.
Yeah, well, and I made it a point, like while I was on stage and everything else, to like shout them out so they knew that they were. Because they were like, oh, all the other bands are death metal. I was like, dude, that's cool, man. Like,
yeah, don't worry about it.
But anyway,
That's cool.
So they were cool. Scython from West Chicago, and then Murder Complex, you know, the homies Greg and
Greg
and fucking Josh,
yeah. How was that?
Yep, Josh and Greg, their set was fucking awesome.
Nice.
Definitely the best that I've heard theirs.
Awesome.
Before.
Fuck yeah.
The sound system there was fucking phenomenal. It was crazy fucking good.
That makes such a difference, man.
Yeah. I got lucky. I played the Brass Mug, you know, a week ago, and then I got to play Magoo's up in Chicago. Like, 2 sick-ass fucking sound systems always makes a difference. Anyway, so then I played third. My set was fucking awesome. Like, a bunch of the homies came up, like Pete and Tori, and then
my
Chris's brother Michael.
Right.
Darren came up. So some of the nation was present.
Hell
and my
yeah.
homie Wasted Jesus was there. I was with him, and
very cool.
Just a lot of friends.
Rolling around in a wheelchair and shit.
Yeah, he was rolling around in a wheelchair. But my set was fucking fire. I was stoked on that, and I don't usually say that, but it was really good.
Awesome.
And then fucking Celestial Serpent from Chicago, they played. They're fucking
yeah.
really
Those guys
killer.
are great, dude.
Yep, and they're the ones that invited me out there. And then the headliner was Syphilic, one man fucking brutal death metal from Michigan, and he's just off the chain. He was very like stage fucking shy, so he didn't do the band live for like he's on his 11th full length. He's been out almost as long as Goremonger and put out almost as much material and just killing it, but he just never really did the live thing. Right. Now he did one in Indy, and then he did this show in Chicago, and it was fucking cool to be able to see that and be a part of that. So,
nice.
The show was fucking great. We had a fucking blast. At the end of the night, we fucking all went back to the hotel. Fucking couldn't find no food, so I said, fuck it. I drove and got White Castle for everyone.
Nice.
Got the 30-box Crave case.
Yeah.
Got back to the fucking hotel. Alex fucking from Crotch Ripper, he's there, passed out on the fucking floor. Squatch, he's there, he's passed out in the chair. So these motherfuckers don't even want to eat the Crave case. We wake up and there's still probably like fucking 18 of the 30 fucking in the box.
Right.
And fucking, dude, it was, we left in the morning to go get fucking free continental breakfast, which sucked. And then we went back up the room and it just smelled, dude, 5 metal dudes and a fucking box of fucking white, it stunk so bad.
Yeah.
But anyway, it was a fun ass time, great show. I got one more little piece that I'm going to tell in Mayhem that's fucking funny that happened. But yeah, that shit was dope. Fucking
very cool.
Awesome
Hell yeah,
time.
dude.
Very cool.
Glad you had a good fucking time and everybody else, dude.
Yeah, I used to love whenever we played anywhere when I was in low 12 with proximity to a White Castle. But, man, it was like you said, either the hotel or the van, whichever we were in, smelled like fucking 50 asses. You know, just really nasty.
And let me clarify, too, I don't like White Castle.
I don't either.
I don't like onions.
Oh, I like
so
them.
So I ordered 2 chicken sandwiches.
That's
they
hilarious.
had
I love
But yeah,
those
so
things.
I don't even like them to begin with, and then I had to smell that shit.
No, I really like those, yeah. All right, bands, if you're in one and you want us to check you out, send it to Pete at murdermetalmayhem.com. I have had a couple here recently that have contacted me that just weren't our kind of metal. So we're definitely looking for death metal, thrash, grindcore, the more extreme ends of metal. So if we're not interested, I'll just be pleasant and say, hey, thanks for checking us out, but we're not interested. Good luck, and that's that. So no harm, no foul. If you want to send it old school, though, Murder Metal Mayhem, P.O. Box 554, Hayworth, Illinois 61745. And you want to throw some stickers in there, some Pop-Tarts, whatever you want to. We'll take it.
We're running low on tarts.
Joey, I know the Goremonger distro is always a hot thing going on. You sold out of a lot of stuff. How you doing with that?
I need to put up some new shit. I don't know. It's pretty skimpy. All I got is Goremonger CDs. So if anybody wants some CDs, hit me up. It was funny because I went to the show last weekend or this weekend, and I was like, I had 2 shirts left, both large,
Right.
And I sold them. Actually, Tori bought one, Pete's wife, and then Derek bought one for his girlfriend, Jamie. So they both went back to the 309 and Bloomington shirts.
Nice.
But it was funny because I only had those 2, and I was like, yeah, now I can talk shit and be like, man, I sold out my shirts before I even played.
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's great. All right. Well, that's 666 Club. That's a Patreon. That's how we help pay the bills here. It's $3 a month. If you're interested. We'll treat you right. You get the episodes early.
You help us out.
And we get some bonus content. You get everything early before everyone else hears it. So it's a cool thing. I'll link to that in the episode description. All right. Well, we have done plenty of metal tonight. So, Chris, what the fuck do we need to do?
Let's get Mayhem on.
Hello, Starlight Tours Taxi Company. How can I help you?
Yeah, I need a ride to Midtown Plaza, downtown Saskatoon. I'm visiting from New York. I need a ride back to my hotel at 11 p.m.
Okay, got it. So that was a one-way trip to the middle of fucking nowhere on Route 12?
No. I need a fucking ride to the Midtown Plaza, downtown, and a ride back later.
There must be some static on the line, sir. We only do one-way trips, and you can pick your desolate destination on Route 12 to the north or Route 5 to the east of town. Those are your only 2 options.
It's fucking cold outside, and there's at least a fucking foot of snow. Why the fuck would I want to be dropped off out there? Hell, I'd freeze to fucking death.
Okay, so now I think you are starting to get it. But I'm going to send the Saskatoon police so they can rough your sorry ass up first and take your winter coat before they throw you out of the squad car. It will be a real Starlight tour.
Oh my God.
Starlight
Shane
Tours.
killing it with me and the caller there, but Shane just absolutely killing it. Starlight Tours commercial. If you don't know what the fuck he was talking about or we were talking about there, go listen to that episode, Starlight Tours. Not that old, couple months maybe.
Yeah, not that
really
old.
good one. on a Canadian case.
See, check this out.
Yeah.
I fucking just was looking at this Apple Jacks Pop-Tart box.
Yeah.
Like, I looked down and saw the back of it, and it said, "There's a word for people who eat untoasted Pop-Tarts. Renegades."
Renegades. Oh, that's hilarious. Renegades.
We
Fuck
some
yeah.
renegades, boys.
I guess. All right. Well, we're in Mayhem, and before that was Blood Red Throne, fucking Ithaca, fucking sick as fuck. So we are in Mayhem, and Joey said he had a little mayhem to share. So Joey, what do you got? What do you got to tell us about?
Hold on, wait, Joey, you got a story from the fucking show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, let me tell my little story. I don't want to fucking come out on a fucking slow note.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no, I'm sure Joey's is gonna be awesome. But yeah, mine was just from Sunday. Okay, when we was off mic, whatever. I was saying I had to get a hold of fucking Courtney, make sure she's able to come get me, whatever. That's because she doesn't have a phone. So fucking Sunday, fucking me and her get a hold of fucking Meister. We're like, fuck yeah, it's like early, it's fucking beautiful out, no kids, whatever. So we go out fucking to go kayaking, right? We go out on the Mackinac, we get the kayaks out there, we're on the fucking edge, jumping in. And Courtney, before she even got in the kayak, she's getting in the kayak and flips it instantly. Before we even damn started, she fucking had her phone. Now, I am going to give her credit. She did have it in one of those fucking, again, air quotes, waterproof pouches. She did have it in there, but it apparently didn't work because it still got water in it and shit. So we fucking flipped the kayak back over, drain the water out of it. Now, mind you, the river's not super high right now. We can stand in it. We're not drowning or anything like that.
Right.
So we get the kayak flipped over. We get going upriver. We didn't park at one spot and park another vehicle at another spot. We fucking started fucking kayaking, paddling upriver, upstream. Fucking, we're going. We did that for about 2 hours. We went down upstream doing that. About the time we stopped, fucking, we come to this one little spot. The current was a little stronger. Again, Courtney decides to get out of the kayak in that spot. Flips the fucking kayak again. I'm like, God damn. Now this time she didn't go in the water. She was stepping out. She was able to stand up and not go in. But still, the kayak flipped over, filling with water. God damn it. So we fucking drag it over. Fucking me and Meister fucking pick it up and flip the water out of it and shit. And then fucking now, I thought the coolest part was though, it's me, Courtney, and Meister, and we're going upstream, just going. And then there's this whole group of these college kids coming downstream, just floating, looking at us you guys are going upstream? We're like, fuck yeah, we are. We're beasts in this bitch. Fucking, they're like, you guys fucking, okay, cool. So yeah, that was pretty much it. I just wanted to make fun of Courtney for flipping the kayak twice.
Oh, if I was there, it would have been 50 times. So yeah.
Oh, if Michael was there, how many times?
Yeah.
Oh no.
Come on, Joey.
Every time.
Every time.
No.
Yeah, that was basically it. I just wanted to talk shit about my old lady because I love her.
That's awesome. All right, Joey, what do you got, dude?
Well, whenever we was up in Chicago for the show, I was talking about Magoo, so there's this dude that was there, and this dude's been at mad metal shows up there. He's kind of a staple. I've seen him before. Everybody's seen him before. And the reason why you know this guy is because he usually has one, if not two, fucking birds on his shoulders.
Fucking right.
The parrots and fucking... probably saw some pictures, coming out of there with the dude with the parrots. So
yeah.
This motherfucker's got these birds. He comes fucking... We're out in the parking lot. We're parking lot pimping before the fucking show has even started.
Yeah.
Fucking Bonesaw showed up and Josh and, fucking Montez was out there. We're Wasted Jesus. So a bunch of homies from all over. And everybody's getting lit up. And all of a sudden this fucking car comes rolling up. And fucking there's a fucking parrot just chilling on the door of the car fucking looking at us and shit. We're like, what the fuck? We're like, you driving that motherfucker like this? So that was crazy. And fucking this motherfucker's walking around with these birds and fucking, dude, he's just got shit on his back because these birds are just shitting down his back.
Oh, God.
Shit down his back. So I'm just gonna go all in with this story, I guess. Cause I was gonna save a little bit because it didn't really happen to me, but I'm still gonna say.
I know what Michael told me happened to him. Like,
yeah, oh no! He told him to catch the fucking parrot.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Michael's like, hey, can I get a picture? You know, the parrot or whatever. Chris's brother, and fucking dude's like, yeah, here, and throws the fucking parrot at him. And fucking Michael can catch the parrot. He has a cigarette in his hand because Michael always has a cigarette in his hand. And the fucking dude's like, oh, watch out for the parrot. It's like, bro, you threw the goddamn parrot at him. What the fuck are you doing?
That's crazy.
So he's going around like trying to fucking, put the fucking the bird on people, like, it was crazy. And I remember Greg telling me that he played a show up there one time and fucking back when he was with his ex-old lady Bobby, and the dude kept trying to put the bird up on her shoulders and shit. She was like, motherfucker, I swear to God, I'm gonna knock you out and that fucking bird if you put that on me. Oh yeah. So also, I mean, I'm not hating on anybody. Fucking, if you're trying to fucking get down with somebody, that's cool and shit too. But Greg did tell me Murder Complex the last time they played up there, the dude was up there when they were fucking headed out fucking to leave. The dude grabbed fucking guitarist, not Josh or the bassist, not another dude, by the arm. He was like, "Hey man, I'll suck your dick" or some shit like that. And I'm like, does he have the birds involved in that or what? What's going on in that?
Interspecies erotica.
Yeah. Oh my God. Greg could have been. Oh man. He's fucking. I hope he hears this because he fucking missed out on that one. But anyway, so the funny thing that, like I said, that was I wasn't there for that. That was just them telling me. But after they told me that, I knew that I needed to kind of keep my distance from the Birdman, and also the Birdman. He was like, so he's the dude that while I'm jamming, he wants to yell out, "Play some Slayer," right? You know what I'm saying, like that.
For
dude.
real?
Yeah, and he was probably just fucking, being fucking funny because
right.
It's a pun to people that actually do it, you know what I'm saying? But anyway,
right.
He fucking yells at, and I was like, hey, bro, fucking if you listen close, you might hear a little something, you know what I'm saying? And in one of my songs, I play fucking South of Heaven riff and
right,
shit.
Yes.
So I told that, I was like, where's the Birdman at? Where's the Birdman? And fucking, I played the goddamn song, and he wasn't even in there. Next song, I come up, and he fucking comes in, he's like, play some Slayer. And I was like, motherfucker.
Wow.
But dude, the funniest shit. Yeah, but the funniest shit with the Birdman, oh my God, this shit had me fucking dying. So when the first band played fucking Scython, like I said, they were like a stoner rock band. They were young kids, like they were just having fun. Like I don't know how many shows they played, but they seem to be pretty new to it.
Yeah.
Right, they're having a good time. So the guitarist comes out and he jumps in the crowd, and it's not like there's any mosh or anything going around. So motherfuckers hanging out in the crowd, the dude with the parrots and me and Sean, and everybody's high from a million joints, you know what I'm saying? So he comes out in the crowd and he's like, jamming and doing his fucking wiggly with the guitar. He's like, and he's jamming and shit, and fucking he starts doing the shit where he like puts the guitar. Pete, I know you're gonna love this because I know you talked about the dude from Iron Maiden that would do shit, but he took the guitar and he put it up like behind his head, and he's like jamming, and like doing all this shit. And while he's doing that, he's like getting up in motherfuckers' faces, like, yeah, you know what I'm saying, like, wiggity, and fucking like. I'm like right in front of the fucking front of the stage. I was watching, like, there was like a couple times where he was doing that and went to turn around. He almost hit me in the fucking head with the goddamn neck of his guitar. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm like watching out for this dude. There's fucking motherfuckers over here. He's wigglying on motherfuckers. He walks up to the Birdman and he's fucking wiggly. He's doing his fucking jamming. He's fucking jamming hard. And all of a sudden he fucking gets a little too close to the neck of that fucking guitar. Hits the goddamn parrot. The parrot's like, walking and shit. All on dude's arm. And fucking, dude, first degree assault of a bird by the guitarist of Scython was my favorite part of the weekend. And bro, and at the very moment it's happening, I'm like dying. I'm like, what the fuck? He just hit the bird. And then there's a dude that's standing right there with his phone recording the whole fucking thing.
Nice.
I was like, bro, I need that video because that is the funniest goddamn shit I see all day.
God.
And it's like, hey, why the fuck are you out there in the goddamn crowd acting a goddamn fucking fool? It was the cringiest shit of anything, but whatever. You're
And why are you out there in the crowd with two
And why are you
fucking
out there with
birds?
2 birds? Right? What the
Yeah.
fuck is going on here?
Wrong place
And that
for
dude will
that.
suck your dick with bird shit all over. Greg was
man.
like, he stunk so fucking
I was just
bad.
gonna ask you if he stunk with all that shit down his
Well, by that point,
get the
I didn't want
video?
to get. No, I didn't get the video. I don't know who. I gotta figure out who it was that took it. So that shit was fucking hilarious.
Yeah,
though.
that's
Like,
good. That's good. That's awesome.
God
Fuck
damn,
yeah,
dude.
some good mayhem. All right. Well, we're going to keep the intensity going here. Some killer cage match. That's where we take a list of 100 killers, 100 objects for them to fight with. The listeners provide us a random number so we know who's fighting and what they're fighting with. Chris, who do we want to thank
Once again, we have fucking Miss Laura, Mrs. C.K. Kovacs.
Oh, yeah?
We got Colin Rogers out there fucking throwing it down. And we got 419 Peggy Sue.
Oh,
Thank
yeah.
you all very much.
Thank you, Peggy Sue, Colin, and Laura. Awesome. We got a brutal beatdown tonight, Joey, with a good pairing up here, I think. It could go sideways for somebody, but who do we got fighting tonight?
we got the chubby behemoth from fucking New York's fucking David Berkowitz.
Yeah.
He's gonna go up against fucking Tilly Devine. Now we don't know if she has the razor because
That's right.
The cage match, you're only allotted certain fucking items.
Right.
True.
But she was a bad bitch, and if you go back and listen, fucking not too long ago, we just did that episode.
Yeah.
It was like 2 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. So, yeah, she was part of our Murdering Moms of May. And, Chris, they got a couple of objects for him to fight with.
They got themselves an electric drill.
That could be interesting.
And what kind of bit does this drill have on it?
I don't know. Be creative.
All right.
Is it the dildos?
And then we have the dildo. Fuck yeah, Joey. That was a sawzall, though. Fucking, but then they also have a double-headed fucking dildo.
Okay.
Ass to ass.
All right.
Ass to ass.
And the variable, Joey, is interesting.
Variable is Fred Durst in drag.
Okay. All right.
And what song's playing?
Start Me Up by the Rolling Stones. So we got David Berkowitz, the son of Sam, going up against the badass Tilly Devine. They got an electric drill, a double-headed dildo, Fred Durst in drag, and Start Me Up, jamming on the fucking big-ass Bose system we got there.
Damn.
Chris, where do we start with this one, dude?
All right, first off, we're starting out. Fred Durst, he's in drag.
Okay.
He just like full on, like straight up, like drag, or just,
Yeah, like fucking, what's his name? Richard Speck in prison, dude, like that.
Oh, he's
Like,
got titties?
Yeah, we'll just say, yeah, he's got some titties.
God damn, that's all right. God damn. All right, so anyway, he's like fucking pissed off about this fucking goddamn Rolling Stone shit. And he's like, he goes over there and he fucking kicks Mick Jagger's ass. He kicks fucking Keith Richards' ass. But Keith Richards doesn't die because he's immortal.
Of course.
But he's a Jagger. He's like, so now he's like, nah, we got this fight going on over here. I got my side of what I want, who I want to win. So he starts fucking just doing that fucking Limp Bizkit cover of Faith by George Michaels. George Michaels is gay. He's got drag on. He's like, yeah, I gotta have faith. Fucking, he's getting it. So now Fred Durst is playing the music, fucking Faith. Now, David Berkowitz, he was never like an up close and personal type of person. You gotta fucking, he was always standing back, fucking not about it. So he's like looking at the drill and the fucking dildo, and he's like, I don't know what I should do. Meanwhile, old Tilly over here, she didn't give a fuck. She will come beat you. She's just looking at it, and she's like, nope, that fucking dildo, I'm going to just beat the fuck out of this dude with this fucking dildo.
Dude.
And so she just runs in there, and she just jumps on Berkowitz, and he's just like so scared about, wait, somebody's coming back at me?
Right.
Why am I getting attacked? I'm supposed to be attacking. And no, Tilly's just like hammering the fuck out of him with it. And then she's just like, you know what? I got you down. Stay there, boy. And he's just like
boy.
timid and shit. So she grabs that drill, sticks it on the end of that dildo on the end of the drill, just starts ramming it in his ass so fucking
boy.
hard that it ruptures. And next thing you know, he dies from the anal impalement.
Wow.
I give it to Tilly with fucking Fred Durst in drag singing Faith by George Michaels.
Wow. Okay. Joey, what do you think about that?
Well, I think fucking, first off, the Rolling Stones jamming our sound system is pretty cool. We're jamming a little old school Stones. Keith Richards is basically like a human zombie.
Right.
That motherfucker, he should be dead, so that's pretty metal. So I'm stoked on the Stones. So they're jamming. Fred Durst, he's in there in drag. He don't even know why he's in drag. He's so fucking confused by the state of the way things are going, and he's just trying to stay relevant and be a star. And he's like, God damn it, I tried the old man look. Now everybody's on this fucking pronoun fucking kick, so I need to try my trans style.
Oh,
so
there you go.
So he's on trans.
Frederica.
He's just sitting over there. Yeah, he is so confused, but he don't really like the Rolling Stones song, so he's not exactly in the best of moods about it, but it's still going on, so he has to deal with it. Now, Berkowitz, he fucking goes in the middle of the fucking cage, and he grabs that fucking electric drill. Now, in mine, it's just a regular electric drill with a drill bit on it, so not as cool as the Dilldozer, but you can obviously turn it into the double-headed Dilldozer.
Right.
However, fucking Tilly Devine, she's like, man, watch this motherfucker. She grabs that double-headed dildo. Man, she starts fucking nunchucking them motherfuckers. She's fucking flinging them two dicks around, fucking her hips and her shoulders, nunchucking Tilly Devine. She comes
she's
up,
dipping it out.
Man, she's smacking fucking him in the fucking fat ass Berkowitz in the face with the fucking dicks. She's just fucking going crazy now. He's like, you hit me in my face. I'm going to shoot you. And he takes the drill and he pulls the trigger, but no bullets come out because it's not a goddamn
he doesn't
gun.
know what to do.
Because he's a fucking idiot. And he's like, God damn, I don't know what to do. And fucking Fred Durst is like, okay, I need to fucking take this into my own matters. Luckily, we all know that fucking, size-wise, all of a sudden David Berkowitz is like, oh, well, I can just fucking sit on this bitch and keep her down. So he fucking sits his fat ass on Tilly Devine. She's struggling because she's sitting down. Fred Durst is like, now this is where I come in. Not only have I transitioned into whatever pronoun I feel like being right now, I am also identifying as a dog. And then he starts speaking to Berkowitz in the dog tone.
Oh, shit.
And Berkowitz knows what to do. And he takes that drill and he starts drilling into the fucking front of each and every toe on Tilly Devine. And just fucking drilling in. And then he fucking works his way up and he takes the fucking drill and he jackhammers it off her shin for about 5 minutes, just drilling. And then the dog tells him, the Fred Durst dog tells him, move on up. And he takes the drill and he's just ramming it into her fucking kneecap to the beat of Rolling Stones, and they're just fucking having a heyday. And by this point, Tilly Devine knows what's up because Berkowitz grabs that double-headed dildo that she was using as nunchucks, and he says, you stupid-ass bitch, that isn't what you use these for, and he shoves it up her cunt and her ass. He said, that's what you use it for, you stupid fucking Australian whore. And he fucking takes a drill, and he starts fucking drilling into her pelvis while she has the two dicks in her ass and cunt. She dies from the excruciating pain. Fred Durst decides to transition back to Fred Durst Limp Bizkit, goes and makes a bunch of money, and that's the end of the cage match.
Wow.
God damn, I love your cash, man. That was good.
That was good
that
stuff.
was good.
Dude. I love the
Fuck
dog,
yeah.
Fred Durst dog. Fred Durst
Fuck
dog.
yeah, dude.
That was good, dude. Excellent, excellent. And that's why the fans love it, so we appreciate the support. The writing is finally complete with Creation of Chaos 4.
Oh, hell yeah.
Just finished one night with the Blood Countess today. Really happy with
email.
Really happy with the way
I
it
saw
turned
it in my
out.
email too as well.
Yeah, and I'm anxious to see. I also sent it to Jeff Ignatowski because he was involved in that episode with us, and I think you guys, would definitely pick up on the parts of the story that are real, or part of this legend, and then what
you
my
did.
creation.
Yeah, right.
So you'll see it. But you could pick up all my books on the website petealteria.com. The Creation of Chaos 4, I expect that out sometime in August. But the website's got some free writing samples on there if you want to read stuff first. And got the web store. You can get any of the books you want. They all come with a bookmark and a poster. All right, check out the Murder Metal Mayhem website. We mentioned that earlier, murdermetalmayhem.com.
Go get it. Go
got
check
the
it out.
store. You can join the 666 Club for 25% off there. So that's
Join
a better
that
deal.
shit.
Yeah, definitely. And thank you to those that are already members of that
Yeah, we
club.
appreciate all you so much.
Push that YouTube channel. Subscribe to it. We got some stuff on there you want to check out. Got the Blood Red Throne video coming up here next week. And the last round of, fake commercials we did. We recorded some of those. We got Joey live doing some goremonger in the studio. We got some good content on there. Lots of band interviews. So all sorts of stuff. The one Joey did with stabbing, that was really cool. So lots of content on the YouTube channel. All right. Well, I think we have done plenty of mayhem tonight. So let's hit the outro. All right, some Alien 666.
Hell
Joey,
yeah.
what can you tell us about that? Demonic Sensations.
It's a two-man band. My buddy Sean and fucking Corey on drums, and his bassist, vocalist, or the bass. Sean does bass and vocals, and then Corey does drums. So it's just the two-man. Pretty badass, like Doom, Stoner Rock, as you just heard. But
Right.
they were like we're already friends with them. Chris knows them too.
Yeah, I've known him for a few years. Yeah.
Yep. And he actually came out and saw them play whenever we were up in Michigan too, so that was cool. So
Very
Chris
cool.
saw 'em. But anyway, they were like the first people to help put me on whenever I came out here to the 419 to get Goremonger on shows. So I played a bunch of shows with them, and they're my friends, so fucking it all just kind of worked out.
That's
but
awesome.
they were, I told them, I was like, man, you need to get some of the music out. I was like, even if we just do, a fucking quick-ass recording, just something,
Yeah,
At
something
first
to put out.
Yeah, and at first I was going to do it at one of the shows we played, but the setup just wasn't right. And so I went over to their fucking practice spot, which is Sean's basement, and fucking it's set up actually pretty decent. And I did all that with a fucking condenser mic and like 3 couch cushions.
Right. Old school
And
shit.
my laptop. Yeah, it was super old school. And I mixed it down and put it through a few programs at home, of course. But for what it was, as you guys heard, I think it's pretty decent. You can hear what the band's about, and until they get an actual track demo done, they can use that. So.
Yeah, exactly. Very cool. All right.
Fucking
Some
hell yeah.
419 music there. All right, Joey, speaking of music, what bumper music did we play tonight?
Blood Red Throne, Flotsam and Jetsam, and the Alien 666.
Hell yeah. And the metal segment intro, Chris.
Fucking always the great metal motherfucker by motherfucking Chrysix.
Hell yeah. And the Murder Metal Mayhem intro is Crawl Space by Low 12. Thanks to all you guys listening. We keep seeing the numbers, rolling in, and all the places that, listen. It's just amazing. We appreciate it very much.
Fuck yeah, we do.
Keep
We
telling
love it.
people about it. All right, Chris, the first one there, the first comment.
Gene the Dance Machine says the episode you guys did on Lizzie Borden was awesome. I really enjoy when Shane comes on to talk with says to you guys, but yeah, we love it when Shane's on too. And thanks for the support, and thanks for enjoying the episode. Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah, very cool. What about that second one, Joey?
Rory Young still said, the killer cage matches are the fucking best. I'm a listener in Denver for the past year.
Hell yeah, very cool. Thanks, Rory. Boobs are fun. 69 comments. I wish
Is that Michael?
It could be. I wish I could have made it to the Tampa Grind Fest. My car broke down and I missed the show. Horns high from Sarasota. So
That sucks.
yeah, that does
sucks.
suck. All right.
Next one.
Chris, what about that last one?
Last one, Helena Rogers says, I really loved the Tilly Divine episode. Having Mick come on and talk to you guys was a nice touch. I'm not sure how you guys are able to get people to come in the podcast that contribute like you do, but it's awesome.
Oh, yeah. Well, thanks, Elena.
Yeah, appreciate that. It's
very cool. It's fun to get guests on, especially when we get tied in, like when we did the Starved Rock. You know, we get the guy that wrote the book on it, which was cool, the Starved Rock murders. And, you know, here recently, you know, Catherine Ramsland's been in the news quite a bit because of the Koberger case. And she actually just retired the other day from her as a professor. So she's now a professor emeritus, which means retired. And she's still going to write. She's still going to do stuff. She's just not teaching
like Harold
anymore.
Schechter, right?
Yeah.
No. Harold Schechter?
No, I'm talking about Catherine Ramsland.
But, yeah, the title, though. Remember when we were talking to... It wasn't Harold Schechter. It was Vronsky.
Peter Vronsky?
Yeah. Wasn't he the... What title did you just say for Catherine Ramsland?
I don't know.
Oh, shit.
You
We
threw
smoked
me
a
off.
lot of weed.
Yeah. So, so anyway, Catherine Ramsland's retiring from being a professor, so good luck to her. Pick up a copy of my latest book, Slab of Sickness, Terror on the Tracks. Check the episode description for your way to get one free with a poster and bookmark. So, PeteAltieri.com. MurderMetalMayhem.com. Mention that.
check it out.
Lots of good stuff there. Joey's distro. Joey got links to that in the episode description. People want to get some goremonger for sure. You can like us on Facebook on our Horns High Studios page. Follow us on Twitter. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Join that 666 Club, as I mentioned. And we can't let them go without hearing a karaoke song, a little blast from the past. So crank it up. And until next time, keep one foot in the gutter.
And keep that rat poison in that plum pie.
Mother, tell your children not to walk my way. Tell your children not to hear my words, what they mean, what they say. Mother, Mother, can you keep them in the dark for life? Can you hide them from the waning world? Oh, Mother, Father, gonna take your daughter out tonight. Gonna show her my world. Oh, Father, not about to see your light, but if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's. Mother, tell your children not to hold my hand. Tell your children not to understand. Oh, Mother, Father, do you wanna bang heads with me? Do you wanna feel everything? Oh, Father, not about to see your light, but if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's. Yeah! Not about to see your light, but if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Till you're bleeding, not about to see your light. And if you wanna find hell with me, I can show you what it's like. Fuck yeah!
Mother, mother, man.